Hello everybody, I'm just about ready to get started. Welcome Ephinea, welcome Ertamperometer. I checked my notes. Chat should be proud. I wrote a reminder to play this music. And here we are, listening to something recommended by Ertamperometer. You're listening to Doom. I don't know how this command will look, so I think before we actually jump into the game, I'm gonna see if this actually looks the way I think it does, or if I need to reformat this later. Or... oh, did I not activate it? That's weird. Like, I definitely have the command. It's definitely enabled, but it didn't do anything. Weird. Weird. Yeah, it doesn't work. Try one more time. No? Yeah, I got one that has like all of the ones. I don't know if because oh, maybe user cooldown is too long. Yeah, delete that, see if that works. Well, I'll test it later. Yeah, I put our Discord, their Discord, and Ephinea all in one command. I actually had it before, but it wasn't... I had to update it slightly. Because the settings were wrong, but it still doesn't want to run for some reason. Does this work? Let's find out.
Spin, spin!
No, that works. Weird. Yeah, I don't know. It's on the list. I'll look into that later, since I'm not sure what you would need to do other than enable and allow everybody to use it. I'm not sure like what else it would want from me at that point. So, we'll see, I guess.
Fireball!
Fireball indeed. So anyway, I guess we'll get started with Rare Enemy Week. I don't know if it's even beat or not, so we'll start by taking a little look at that. Because if it's even beat, we'll probably be doing pod, if I had to guess. But if there's other runs people want to do, we'll do stuff, I guess, based off of whatever the chat wants. For me personally, I don't think I'm looking for anything other than maybe Excalibur at some point, but I also have all of the Christmas event to do that. So let's jump into the game itself.
Spin, spin!
Spin, spin, chat.
Fireball!
Yeah, sadly I think my cold is coming back. It really just does not want to go away. It's quite annoying, actually. So feeling a bit tired today. I'm just checking even beat, if it's the right beat. Oh, it's the tail end of even beat because I started late. That is really unfortunate. I mean, I think that's enough time to maybe do one pod. Something like, I'm gonna go for it. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna do it. So if anybody wants to hop in, I'm just gonna make it like right now. We got more than enough time to do a pod. But then after that, we gotta choose something else to do. So if there's anybody looking for any specific rares, we'll focus on those. So I'll leave the game open for multiplayer for a bit, but sadly, some of the grinding will have to go for later. Yeah, Ephinea is saying they'll hop in for a bit and then later. Okay, sure. Hopefully enjoy food. I think this character is everything, right? Yeah, they still have everything they need. AKA the Heaven Striker. Yeah, I figure I'd give one last shot at normal limiter and level this character up. So I'll give final call for people wanting to join, otherwise I'm just gonna do a quick solo game. I don't think there's anything else I really want to show off in terms of single player games, other than showing how easy pod is for people that haven't done it by themselves, especially as Pew Pew Laser. So we'll give until that says 678. If nobody joins, I'm remaking a single player. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I don't think I've ever listened to the Doom soundtrack before. It's not a game I really grew up with. I don't think I really touched PC gaming for a pretty long time. I mean, I always had like those kinds of like edutainment games, but like actual games. Yeah, like I've never played any. I've played 0 Doom games, so it doesn't matter when the Doom game came out. Like, it just never touched them. I'm aware of them, I just never played them. It's like outside of like literally Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, Roller Coaster Tycoon, I'm really struggling to think if I got quote unquote my own games. Like I played some of the sim games on PC, but that was about it. And technically those weren't even mine. I don't see anybody here, so I'm gonna go ahead and remake this. Solo time. Yeah, I want to say I guess the most major game that I picked up on PC wasn't until basically I had dial-up. And that was Diablo 2. I think that was like the start of me getting actual PC games. And even then, I don't think I got Diablo 2 the year it was released. Because I don't remember the game before the expansion pack. So I'm pretty sure I got it when the expansion was out. Oh, they can actually knock me down. That's right, I'm not a high-level ranger. I gotta respect them somewhat. Only somewhat, though. There are a lot of custom soundtracks made for custom Doom maps. I really like this one. I'm thinking, I love this giant rock here. Thank you, Giant Rock. Now I don't have to try very hard. Oh, am I slightly too far forward? The laser can actually hit me. I need to get like barely closer. Barely. That would have missed. So close. I see you sneaking up on my side. Get out of here. So if there's anything you want to hunt for, Ertamperometer, let me know. Because right now, as soon as it goes to odd beat, I don't really have anything I want to hunt, sadly. Did he really laser me so I couldn't shoot the Rappies? That is the height of rudeness. Well, on the plus side, at least this character, even at their level and very awkward materials, they're able to solo this fairly easily. As I get higher level, I don't get knocked down like that. I want to see more of that. Just make sure my defense is up so that doesn't happen. Get that awkward knockdown. Ooh, yeah, see that? See, there's where I can see my low level. Doing that quick shot when I'm like 100 more ATP up would have killed. And some of that is not purely my level, it's just my materials are very mind focused. That's why I have 1031 MST. And I'm also not using a power mag. So it's definitely like my setup for sure. You know, only 654 base ATP is extraordinarily low at this level. I'm pretty sure everybody is more than this character. So her backup of doing the rapid shots in between some of the lasers is much slower than it should be. The price I pay for the MST. Did it not say my XP setting? Just noticed something in the bottom right. There shouldn't be a gap from the XP to the side of the screen. I'm not sure why that happened, actually. Weird. I'm more focused on that than I am the Dorfon. I just noticed it just now. I'm like, did it not save my setting when I played it earlier today? 1 second. That is absolutely gonna bother me. Yeah, I was like trying to find like the perfect pixel. It was like 30 or was it 29? And then 30. There we go. So anyway, I slightly altered my layout. I don't remember if I talked about this before on stream or not, but I was going to look for ways to slightly optimize the position of my stuff without like messing with my resolution. So I found it. I shrunk the XP meter slightly, so it's not as tall. Because honestly, the XP bar size itself is not important. I don't look at it normally. But what I also like about the new XP bar setup in general, well, 1, now I can actually read the even beat. 2, I like the purple over the orange for like visual clarity. It's actually really annoying to see like a yellow, orange, and white text combination. So I kind of like the purple. It also helps as my stream color, but aside from that, it really does help to put a darker color against the white text. Because you don't want to go like pure black, or else it just blends in with the transparent background, which would be the opposite of helpful. Alvisha, I'm asking how things are. I feel not great. I think game-wise we're doing fine. I took some medicine right before the stream, and that's why there was a delay. Hopefully you're doing well, Calvation. I missed you playing games the other day. I'll have to go back and catch the VOD. View streak over. Sport Dwarfon. Getting absolutely cheesed by this rock. Thank you, Giant Rock. I just felt like baiting them there. Look at that. I got them stuck on each other briefly. The bait was real. Looking for some Easts later today. Hopefully you've been enjoying it's East 6, right? Renew certain challenge to dive kick only. I'm assuming you're just giving yourself certain relics at the start in order to do that challenge. Because I'm thinking, like, if you're just playing randomizer, what if you don't get Leapstone? Unless you're playing vanilla or something through it. Honestly, it's been so long since I played vanilla, I could not tell you where you get normal Leapstone. Oh, it's gonna be vanilla? Okay. There we go. Just want to make sure the bird got zapped. Power material. Put up on the way here. Yeah, I've never messed with seed customization, so you're on your own on that one, Calvisha. There's several things I've messed with, that is not one of them. Oh, seriously, Zoo. Came like slightly too early. If I do this, I might be able to target it without getting murdered by Dwarfon. What a jerk. Time to find 0 rare monsters. See, Chris is in the spirit of rare enemy week. Of course. We're not... You know what? We're gonna be lucky if we even see Conjure in like 20 pods. Let alone like Dwarfon Eclair. I think we technically have enough time to do another even beat if chat wants. Like, it'll go way faster in multiplayer. It's just slower because I'm single player. Although, honestly, it depends on how long this is going to take for me to kill the boss, whether that's feasible. Technically, we could always do Forest or whatever. Or if we're not looking for rare monsters in general, we just play anything the chat wants. Literally anything. Otherwise, chat is going to make me look at a list of quests to see if there's something I wanted to play. As I said before, I'm not looking for anything at this point. I'm not going to say I'm done with the game, but there really aren't that many items left that I care about. And most of them are things where I need a hard commit. I need a hard commit of people if we're going to do those runs. Because they usually involve something awful like tower. Yeah, one does not simply play the quest that I need to play. Not beginner friendly. Trying to think classic rare hunts. I mean, there's always Frozen Shooter. There's technically Blue ID Heaven Punisher runs. If people are playing Fomarls, it would be Temple. Heaven Striker, Frozen Shooter with hit, high hit with Dark Flow, Seal J. Yeah, the high hit one, that's more like box runs. So you got to do some box runs because I don't think you're gonna find it normally. It's already hard enough to find high hit commons, so you just have to do whatever gives you the most, which is box runs. You need so many red rings. Well, we'll probably end the stream with TTF. TTF is not normally the thing that I grind on stream. Yeah, I don't think that's enough time for pod when I go to finish the boss for another one. There are different ways to hunt Heaven Striker, so if you want to be amused at different ways, you could, in theory, hunt for Heaven Striker. We could show alternatives for people that don't want to do episode 4. So if you're interested in learning non-episode 4 Heaven Striker runs, we could do those. Chat, to no one's surprise, we did not get the rare boss. Just like to state, just expectation, they're like 1 in 10 with enhanced rare enemy week. It's like, no. Impossible. It's never going to show up. To get the V502 and Hellgun to my Romarl to do box runs? Probably. I basically, anybody can do them. It's just whether or not you have the right ID. Like, it's definitely very easy as a ranger because you get things like Rafoi, for example, to explode multiple boxes. So, like, even just doing them repeatedly, rangers have an advantage over the other characters because you've got so many different ways to kill things, including, like, Hell Needle. Yeah, so, like, Sky ID would be Calibers if you're looking for the big sword, as an example. So I only have my Hugh cast there. I mean, you're always welcome to come back and play Calvisham. We're talking about potentially challenge mode in January, maybe? Since there seems to be interest in it in general again. Can't do them until we do our level 200 run. Well, as soon as it is the Christmas event, we will hold a mini bonus stream at some point. It might be on a Wednesday. So if you're around that Wednesday. Oh, that's right, I can't get mag invincibility with this character. So sad. That's actually kind of annoying. I see why people want the other gun, so that way they can get the invincibility mag. Because otherwise I have to keep using trimates. Also, the boss just made me miss one of the lasers earlier. That sucked. Now I got a double Resta, which is not super efficient. Unless my mag triggers, then that's fine. Yeah, like, look how many more shots I get collectively when it's not the stupid shout and laser combo. Okay, you're not going to be free Wednesdays. I'll keep that in mind. We'll let the boss do the laser, and then I'm gonna punish by killing it. I think this will reach from here. Dolphin is kind of messed up. I need to be able to learn the distance on the minimap. So let's see if this actually hits. No, slightly out of range still. Oh no, it was doing the angry shout. Alright, so you need to be a little closer. That was like 3/4 minimap. GG. We're gonna learn to visualize it on the minimap, so I know the exact pixel distance. I don't feel like I was that far off, to be honest. I think it's somewhere between half minimap and 3/4. It definitely wasn't full minimap. It definitely does not hit that distance, but GG. So yeah, I mean, if you're looking for Heaven Striker, technically I'm looking for Heaven Striker, but at this point in terms of rares, it's mostly like V502s, extra ones, limiter, Excalibur with more hit for alternate characters, or see if I high roll it. Maybe Uber rares. Like the only one I'm actively looking for is Psycho 1 because that's an actual realistic hunt. Unlike some of the other ones, like especially with cookies. Cookies makes that like actually a real run instead of just resetting on like 20 lilies over and over. Technically more Fomarl equipment, but again, unless people are playing Fomarl, I feel bad because there's like literally nothing you could get out of the run other than Fomarl gear. So unless people really want like a Vivian, for example, which is really good on female characters, there's really nothing to offer for like rangers or hunters in that same run, unless they're female. That's why I don't usually run it on stream. Even though I want it, I don't usually run it. Okay. So, even beat is basically over. I've been accruing money from box runs, which I couldn't tell. What a ridiculous amount of money. What is that, almost 5 million from box runs? I might as well hand in the quest. Okay. Let's showcase how to hunt Heaven Striker outside of episode 4. Do I recommend it? Probably not, but you know what? We might as well show off what the intended way of getting some of these were. So I guess we'll start off with episode 1 Heaven Striker. There's only one ID that could get it that way. And that is on blue ID. So I could potentially bring in a blue ID force. And funny enough, this is the quest that I recommend everybody learn anyway, because this quest is so versatile, there's no reason to not learn it. So chat can bring in whatever they want. We're just going to be doing Endless Nightmare 4. I think it's a very good quest to learn for new players because, one, it's your spread needle hunt, Heavenly Arm hunts. It's also apparently Heaven Striker with the right ID. So might as well just do it. This is the quest we did the other day. Maybe. I mean, I played off stream, so that question is hard to answer. I technically have played it this week, but I don't know what that means relative to the stream. I'll put it this way. It ends in like 14 or 15 Belras at the end of the fight. Probably then, yeah. So go ahead and make the game. So if anybody else would like to join in, now would be the time. So I'll play Force into it. Force is really strong in solo. It's much weaker in multiplayer episode 1. But fortunately, there's nothing that has hyper ice resist. Technically the abbreviation. I'll put a password on it just in case. So yeah, enemy resists are pretty high, unfortunately, in Ruins for completing the quest. I don't ever recommend completing this quest. I think I talked about this on a couple different streams. The final room being the poison room is just kind of nonsense garbage, but like the quest journey there is fine. I've also gotten it with my what's it called, Proof of Sword Saints. As I said before, I lose track of like what's on stream or off stream, so sorry if this is repeating for people that heard me say it last week. But yeah. Yeah, Endless Nightmare 4 is pretty straightforward. Yeah, most of these enemies are not in the side rooms from what I remember. Like, these enemies, I think, specifically are at the end of the run. I don't think any of the side rooms have it. The side rooms have some of the purple monsters. Because I remember talking about it last time I mentioned this, that the yellow color enemies are mostly the final room. There's like, I think almost literally 20 or something ridiculous right at the end. And I remember doing the same thing where I went to go to the bottom of the list to go to Endless Nightmare, and then I realized, oh, not with all the new custom quests. It's not true anymore. Get wrecked. So yeah, it's not a hard quest to do. I don't think you necessarily need Spread Needle. If you're playing a Force solo, it's actually fine. The only thing that's ever going to really give you trouble in the run are the sorcerers. They're always going to give you trouble. Like, this room is like custom built for Force. This is like, oh. Yeah, we did this as a joke quest earlier on stream. I know we did this as a joke on stream before with Anguish 10. But yeah, this quest is just, it's basically everything you'd ever want. I got a 50 hit ray gun, chat, but it has Blizzard. Disappointed. If that was a charged ray gun, I would have been an instant upgrade, by the way. Oh, and also because this is Ruins, you could find like very easy weapon upgrades. Play with like a hint of Anguish, and you can end up with some pretty nice things. Yeah, this is why I say the Force is decent at the quest. They save so much time on the claws. In single player, they kill them before they even become untargetable. Then after this point, it's now your world. Okay, I'm gonna pop the boxes, see if any of them are even worth getting. If chat does not see anything they want, I'm just gonna ignore them. Yeah, like for me, I don't see anything of interest, so I'm gonna ignore them. And again, Force is easy to check that. So this is probably the first problem room as a Force, because you have to be able to do really fast fire damage to the Grand Sorcerer, which can be annoying. So unless you have high enough level to ATP as this Force, that enemy is probably going to give you some trouble. Sorcerers are always kind of a pain to Forces. Everything else, though, is ultra easy. Like, Del Sabers and Claws don't really matter to a Force. Like, you can just easy freeze them if you want. Pretty much nothing they could do. Things like Chain Lightning also just kind of wreck the enemies if you angle it right. So if you're playing single player, for example, just, you know, find the right angles. You could probably hit every single enemy with one Chain Lightning. I don't think we'll bother with the bonus rooms. As I said before, I don't think the side rooms have any of the yellow enemies from when we last played. So we'll just go basically straight to the end. Ripbolt Claw. And then, chat. And then, there's also another way to hunt the Heaven Striker, which we'll showcase. It's in everybody's favorite area. Just kidding, it's not Tower. It's close to Tower, though. Just, It's Seabed, it's in Seabed. So we'll do some, off-ID Seabed. Yeah, the whoo whoo. Remind me of Suikoden a little bit. So yeah, we don't even need to bother with these unless we really want to do the side rooms. So if you're doing like a serious run, you just go straight for the end goal. And again, if you go straight for the end goal, then this is just more rooms the Force is able to absolutely dominate. So honestly, I think I played Force almost all the way through with this quest while unlocking items. Gunyear, I don't need you. Or Game Bulge, actually, not Gunyear. Yeah, nothing here is like super crazy difficult. I don't want to use too many dye fluids because I know I'm coming up to the room, quote unquote, that I'm interested in. Yeah, that Del D is the first one that can drop a Heaven Striker. That's the enemy specifically we're looking for. Yeah, and definitely if you have Excalibur, for sure, or even just Galatine, you don't even need Excalibur necessarily. There's a couple backup high damage sabers, even like Red Sword with Crimson Coat, as example, as an alternative. Things that are pretty easy for forces to get. That definitely helps a lot with the single player clear, for sure. Just versus Sorcerer, you don't really need it other than the Sorcerers. But yeah, being able to do enough fire damage can be kind of annoying, even in single player. Multiplayer, it's basically impossible. I don't think you could kill them by yourself without ATP before they cast a spell. So anyway, we're gonna go south because that's where the healing circle is. If we wanted to get more Del Sabers, we go immediately north of this room. But since I know that it's oops all Del Saber, it doesn't really matter. So we'll skip that bonus room. Normally my run would end about there if I was just doing Proof of Sword Saint. Sometimes I'll feel adventurous and actually complete the run. I don't think we need to go to the side area here either. So we'll just keep moving. So we'll have to count how many Del Ds are in the final room. So we've killed one total, and then from there we could figure out how many are in the other rooms. Nice try though, game. You tried. You almost got me. I think this is what I want to do. Switch. This adds a little bit of time to the runs. Essentially, some people can run straight to the south, and then some people can go up north. The reason you want to go north with some of the team is that it'll unlock a couple treasures. Yeah, no, I'm aware we're in Castlevania. You don't need to let me know I'm in the credit music of Aria. It's fine. I can distinctly tell it's not Doom. Why did it go back to Convania? YouTube, please. Anyway, we'll switch it over to Etrian. It really wants me to finish that video, chat. It's just like, given enough time, it will keep looping to that video to me for some reason. Okay, there's 3, so we've killed 4 so far. And now this is gonna be 7. None in this wave. I'd also do I do have something to check the monster count, technically. I almost never use that add-on. But technically I could open up the monster kill count. Although I'm not sure if it counts party kills, because I've literally almost never used it. Goodbye these enemies. Nice, got the freeze. Yeah, we're just gonna attempt to shut them down with a combination of freeze. traps will probably take care of the rest. I don't need to worry that much. Again, if we're only doing the first floor, it's very easy to have enough traps to clear it, even at not being high level. Because, you know, having number of traps equal to level can be a little daunting if you're like sub 100, but anything beyond that is fine. And you probably shouldn't be doing ruins fresh at like 90 anyway. To debuff these enemies. Got excited hearing a drop. Another 3, so we're at 10. Another 3, we're at 13. Almost read HV materials Musashi for some reason. Another ooh, I'm not sure how many that was actually. Might have been another 3. If so, that's 16. Well, there's another 4, so that's 20. Ooh, gotta restore my TP. Yeah, pretty much all of them are here. As I said before, I think almost nothing, if anything, is in the side rooms. There's purples in the side rooms, so it's like worth it if you're going there. And there's another 4, so I think that's 24. So pretty much everything you want is at the end of this room, or end of the quest, I mean, into this room. And yet another set of 4. So if there were 28 in the quest, we found all of them. Another 3, 31. Okay, it's starting to... Oh, another 3, 34. It's getting into, like, now the quest is kind of worth it. But you have to get to this room. So more than half of the Deldees were just in this one room by themselves. But as I mentioned earlier, if you're doing these purple Merlins, like, which is what you would do for Spread Needle, for example, that's where you would do it. Another 3 on top of that. Wow. Yeah, just crazy good. I think some of the enemy parts that drop here are worth it now due to the new plating changes. So I hope chat does not need to move at any point because I'm just going to be resunding the whole room. Another reason why, as I said before, forces can just... They can just autopilot this for materials. Yeah. So if you wanted, for example, Green ID Heavenly Arms, which also gets Spread Needle, this would be like the room to spam. As you can see, like, I'm just resonding over and over and over again. Is it the most efficient thing to do? Not all the time. It just depends on how they're lined up. But I am hitting the whole room at all points. So, like, I never need to reorient, which is why I like doing a force here. The less movement I have to do, the happier I am. Look at that easy, simple clear. All I did was spam. So forces can, you know, put in the work in multiplayer with some debuffs every now and then. But, yeah, things like claws, Del Sabers, they shut them down pretty easy. The only problem enemies are those sorcerers. So I recommend if you're playing, like, force solo, if you can't get a high ATP weapon, whether through like Crimson Coat, Red Saber, or Excalibur, or Galatine, your alternative would be bringing a high hit demon, because demoning into a fireball should generally kill. Yeah, we're done with the quest, so I'm just gonna telepipe back. Floor 2 is never worth it. Jeez. It's one of those ones where you're like, oh, it's not that bad. And then you get to the final room and you're like, I hate this. Let's make some money back. That went cash positive, despite being a force. The King Vulcan by accident at some point. Whoops. So then let's see what the other quest people, in theory, could do. I'm not going to say people even do this run in general. Like, let's talk about briefly, like, what else you would hunt while doing this quest. One moment as I pull up the different drops for Ultimate Blue ID. Not one that I used to do, because before, basically, there was no reason to ever play Blue ID here. Is it seriously not going to open the chart for me to look at? Seriously? You gotta be kidding me. Ephinea, please. It's like... Oh, like, that wasn't my internet that time. It just didn't load. So, like, you can get from the purple ones Guardiana, which is decent. The Bull Claws, in theory, can give Heavenly Battle for Blue ID. You don't fight any Chaos Bringers, though, if you're just doing floor 1, so no Monkey King Bar. In theory, Sorcerer's Right Arm drops, but it's not something people would normally hunt. So technically, if you were really desperate for Heavenly Battles, technically you could do that run. But there's a better one for Bull Claws. It's the horrible, horrible quest with the Killer Orbs that has a bazillion Bull Claws in it. We'll take a look at it later. It's like the... What is that quest called? I always forget what it's called. Ephinea, please. That moment when you have the quest list up, but it doesn't want to actually load it. I think it was Fragments of a Memory, that's it. So doing the first floor Fragments of a Memory is fine if you want to do Blue ID Heavenly Battle, if you're really desperate for one. I just recommend playing the PD, to be honest, but it's technically out there. Okay, so let's try some episode 2, hunting for the other item. So, chat, I would like to just state how sad this is. Can we all acknowledge how sad this is? And why episode 2 sucks? So, if chat might recall, the blue robots in Seabed, the Cynozoas, those are the things that drop the Heaven Striker on White ID. But chat, can you guess? Uh-oh, vocals. Can you guess what the recommended quest is for Cynozoas? You know what? I don't feel like listening to Persona Q. Let's switch to something else. If you had guessed Free Adventure is better than any quest episode 2 has, aside from the custom Halloween quest, you would be correct. Isn't that sad? I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like, when you're hunting things, it's so sad. It's, like, actually sad how bad the quests are in episode 2. Like, the fact that free adventure is the second most recommended quest and the other one is specific to Ephinea and event item only, that is really sad. We all just take a moment to think about how pathetic that is for drop rates for items. That no other quest is worth doing because A, they're annoying to route, and B, the counts are terrible. Shake your head, chat. So if you just want to play the ultimate White ID quest, you just walk out in Free Adventure. So I'll go. I guess we might as well go to the end. Does White ID actually get anything from Ogaflow? They get Photon Core. Why not? Let's just walk to Ogaflow. Who cares? I'll bring in a White ID character. Probably a Force. Unless chat has another character for it. So yeah, chat, just wandering off into the sunset in free mode is literally better than doing a quest in episode 2. That's so sad. And the sad part is it's not even just that enemy where that's true. If chat is also not aware, if you're looking to fight Ogaflow, well, Ogaflow's recommended one is to also just wander out in free mode rather than do episode 2 quests. Like, that's so sad, chat. Anyway, I'll make the episode 2 quest. I'll call Ziggy sad. I guess on the plus side, people can join at any time they want. Just literally better than doing the quest. You know what? I'm not even gonna put a password. Let them join. They really just want to do it that way. That's it. They're like, what quest are you doing? We're like, we're already on it. You don't understand. Yeah, episode 2 quests. I went to Central Control Area by accident. Whoops. I did not menu that properly. Do I make it set up? No. Let me fix that real quick. Cause I'm like, I'm not hitting other buttons. Okay. I forgot how weird the level design was for normal episode 2 quests. I just looked at that and went, gross. Speaking of which, I've got a technique on, right? I don't. That could be a problem later. What is my Megat at, actually? That didn't feel like a high level. 27. Just unlucky, I guess. There we go, Chad. We've just killed our Heaven Striker character. One down, chat. Ooh. Random switch here. Is there really not a way? Oh, there is. Okay, I see it now. I'm helping. Okay. No boxes of interest. Guess we'll just go back up and go across the walkway. That is really sad, though, that free roam is recommended over. Oh, Sinozoa's here somewhere. Oh, here you are. I found you. Oh, I got him with me good. Got him. Checkmate, Sinozoa. You lost to a level 107 forest, get wrecked. Ooh, what a strange world to see them on the ceiling in this kind of hallway. It's like we're playing a brand new quest, chat. It's called free roam, something you don't generally enjoy doing in PSO. It's truly random. That is so sad that took me that many Megats to kill that Dolom. Oh, I didn't die somehow. We'll take that. There you go. Murder your Heaven Striker chances. Darn. I was worried he was gonna be good. I'm not gonna lie. My fear of Megat is real. I've been destroyed so many times by that enemy. Oh, his health bar glitched briefly. That was interesting. Seriously? I got like an actually decent item from like the Dolems. This world is so messed up, chat. What was the level of defense on that stink frame, by the way? Couldn't tell what it was. It looked like 40 something, so I might have hit like the quote-unquote best stink frame, because you only need 45 defense. That's so sad. I just found a random actually good drop from like a pathetic enemy. I'm gonna drop it briefly just so I could see it again. I can't tell. Unfortunately, it's green on green. So sad. If that's a 4, that's good. If it's a 15, it's not worth it. I wish I could actually get rid of the PSO party add-ons. In single player, I would see that fine. Multiplayer, it's still annoying. Oh, my evasion paying off finally. Oh, I think they technically take more from fire. Silly Hellhound saying, God, I love the community. Welcome, Silly Hellhound. Hope you're doing well. "23 years later and going strong." Well, not just to end up back here. Oh, free mode. You're so weird. Oh, I just realized something. I don't have Foe. What is going on today, chat? Random Rika's Claw, sure. There we go. Go against the flow on that one. Didn't feel like waiting. I mean, I'm still gonna go for Megid, although I guess I could defense down if chat is also not going for Megid equivalency with V502. Spam some heal. I guess I'll debuff them for chat. I mean, I don't want to hit them with my spells since they'll just teleport away. I might as well just fish for Megid. Yeah, no sense in me poking him for like 200 and then making him untargetable to the rangers who have frozen shooter. Nice level up. Reapply buff since I'm here. I still find it funny that free roam is better to do for both reaching the boss, but also so many enemies in Seabed. So sad, chat. Come on, Megid, save us some time. Only like what, with my current Megid, like 11% chance or something? There we go. Rico boxes immediately above the door, kind of rude. Okay, I'm actually assisting briefly. I hope if you're playing on Ephinea, I hope you're having fun with Rare Enemy Week, but otherwise, if just playing PSO in general, hope the hunts have been going well for you, Silly Hellhound. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I've done free roam in Seabed maybe 5 or 6 times the entire time I play PSO. So this might as well just be like a completely unknown map to me. Like, I don't even have the vaguest idea of how to make progress in Seabed, to be honest. I'm so used to doing other quests for it. Uh-oh, HellCleave is slipping in. Sneaky, sneaky HellCleave. put down the TP. Yeah, Rika's Claw I think I mentioned before. I think that's the one I usually put on the Hunural. If I'm looking to farm like Proof of Sword Saint or Limiter unlocks and don't have an Excalibur to unlock at the same time. Put down another TP for HellCleave. Oh, it almost got me. There we go. There's the enemy. Oh, one shot. See, that's what I was expecting earlier. Just enemy walks up, murders me. That's what I expect out of Seabed. Anyway, let's buff HellCleave. Not that damage super matters. Well, now it matters because we're fighting Delbeater. Might as well try to keep the party healthy if I can. Yeah, I need to maybe get one more God Technique. Honestly, I'm trying to remember how I got that many of them. I'm assuming it's a 1k drop from something. One thing I also haven't seen in a while, where is my Heavenly Technique? I know I made one. I don't think I'm using that on any character. Big a chance, please. Thank you. Like, come on. I know it's not technically level 30, but it's like, come on. After 5, you know, it should just proc at some point. Yeah, the sad part is if I do the thing where... Oh, I can't target it. If I do the thing where I make the background of the item reader solid, it just means that I can't, like, use that side of the screen at all, which doesn't sound like a big issue until you realize, like, my item reader technically extends to, like, almost beyond my normal bar, and it looks really awkward. There's a healing circle of all things up there. Interesting. Failed the Miga chat. I tried to believe in the Miga, it didn't believe in me. Yeah, since chat is just shooting them, let's at least allure them.
This is the Reaper's power.
Chat's telling me to believe in Boldy. That's fair. That checks out. So I could go to the right here, actually. And we can get to the healing circle. Which I think would help the chat a little. I like that I can't tell if it's a bad episode 2 spawn timer or if it's a Delbeater. I can't tell. Genuinely, I didn't press a button. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, I could have held off on the Tri-Fluid, I think, because this should lead to the healing circle, but whatever. Anyway, at least it's a free trap restore. Chat collectively just charging on in. Oh, chat, more Heaven Striker chances. Oh, they spawned down there. Rude. The important thing is I didn't die. Oh, they trap HellCleave, not me. I was like, what's going on? Poor HellCleave. That was like the triple combo. What a rude hallway. And it just led to boxes. Kinda disappointing. And then it spawned enemies on the way out. Okay, this is rude. What a rude hallway. Triple trap and then enemies spawn once you go through it. Ultra rude. As well as refresh everybody's HP. I'm gonna be honest with you. I guess we have to turn right here. I feel like I have to look at the map. I have no idea where the exit is. Oh, it's right here. I didn't see it earlier. Yeah, I'm like, if that wasn't it, I had no idea where it was. Ooh, a dark room. Spawn stuff in my way. Unfortunate. I like their glowing eyes in the dark, though. It's a nice touch. Oh, is there seriously not a light switch to put it back on? Oh. I was just looking to see if there was one. At least I'm getting a couple kills. So there's items up here. Why, hello there, Sinozoa. Well, goodbye. Goodbye, my life total. So sadly, even with the heavenly HPs on, I'm getting one shot. And now that the item reader has moved slightly, can I now see how much this is? Oh, that looks like a 1. That's unfortunate. That's not a good one then. Yeah, that's the problem with Sync Frame. You don't need it to roll high, but like I keep rolling ultra low on it. Like it doesn't even have to be like 60 or 70. Just like 45, that's it, out of 80-ish. So it's like it just needs to mid-roll, that's it. Oh, I see a switch now. Bosses down there, nothing else of interest, sadly. My poor mag synchro is so garbage. Should probably fix it from getting murdered by them earlier. Oh, Morphos. Be good, please. Thank you. Technically, it should be easier to land that on the Morphos over the Dolems, but the game said no, apparently. Oh, that just leads to the other side of the item room. Let's look at the items since I'm here. Oh, I was hoping it would spawn more Xenos if we went this way. No Xenos for us, apparently. Oh no, there is one. Somewhere. I most definitely want those scape dolls that just dropped. Given that I'm in one-shot city for some of these enemies. Go ahead and pick both of these up. I'll put a random fireball down. Oh, just a slow Morphos spawn. Come on, low percent Sinnoh. I believe in you. Nope. Faith not justified. Ooh. I immediately got hit, I think, by the invisible Del Beater. That was unfortunate. Okay, chat has my back there at least. So yeah, so earlier HellCleave, we were just saying we're kind of just messing around. So if there are requests that you would like to run HellCleave, let us know. The request was to attempt for Heaven Striker, so we technically have done it by messing around on non-episode 4 Heaven Striker. Why was it not? I guess he got frozen before he was targetable. Yeah, nobody's really looking for anything in particular.
Oh wow, look at the pretty butterfly.
Yeah, I started late, so I missed the even beat, sadly. Did like 2 pod, well, 1 pod, really. Roadkill. Up the team if I can. Or just get run over again, that's fair. Ooh, my twins is on the opposite side for the Rappy. That's a bit scary. I gotta be really careful to not autopilot into that one. Feels like we're nearing the end of the journey, at least. Or Sinnozoas. Hey! There we go. Me get paying off again. Time to get wrecked. Well, I do a Mag Blast in case people want it. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bother dodging these, to be honest. They spawn Sinnozoas in this room. Why are there suddenly 2 of them? Who's being bullied by Sinnozoa? I'm going back. Luck 1, Sack has reached level 200. Where'd they spawn after we're done with the room? Well, more Heaven Striker chances, technically. Even more Sinnozoas keep spawning, but who knows where they are. Should actually be at full health in case I get one shot by them. So team went downwards. And there's the power material. More Zoas are spawning. Somebody randomly mag blasted. Okay, he gets paying off a little bit. The one time I didn't Gafoe in this room, that it spawns. I feel like I'm being trolled by the delayed spawns. Right, I honestly can't tell if it's gonna be W'd or not. Sometimes it's like, surprise, it's just Morphos. Fine, I'll put another fireball down. You happy, game? That's what I thought. So this just leads to a warp. Where does this go? Put us back here? Okay. That way should be right? Oh, okay. I just picked a direction randomly, to be honest with you. I have no sense of how far we are in the dungeon. HellCleave will cover the other routes, I guess. We believe in HellCleave. The ominous hallways here. Down a telepipe for HellCleave. Nice little stretch. Yeah, Rika's Call is useful regardless of level for spells. Pretty much nothing else though. Looks like we're just waiting on Ertamperometer, probably just restocking healing items. Do team want to buff at all? I mean, I do have Mag Blast. I'm gonna say twins. Oh well. Good enough. Should be pretty easy regardless. Oh, boss music actually kicking in when we're at the boss. That's appropriate. Love I can just debuff them from so high up in the air. Don't mind me, just spamming Resta so the chat doesn't need to heal. I was gonna say, why do I feel like I'm about to get another Photon Core? You almost feel bad for the boss? I don't feel bad. I'm like, listen, did you see what episode you're in? If you were in like episode 1, I'd feel bad, but I'm like, did you see the nonsense we have to deal with? You perish. GG.
Dead already?
Dead already, indeed. Mmm, 42 XP a second. Mmm. Classic episode 2. It's legitimately better just to play on low difficulty than to play episode 2 for XP. Shaking my head, John. I mean, I guess I'll pick up the money. Oh. That's super awkward. Oh, there's my dye fluid. I was like, did I not have dye fluids? Oh, I just realized what's going on. That's why I can't refoe. It's not assigned properly. I thought I was just misinputting it. No, it's just actually wrong. Now that makes sense. Okay, so now I have to switch this one. That's why I got confused earlier. Keep doing that, it should be this. Okay. Yeah, there we go. That feels better. Almost level, but didn't quite level. So many random scape dolls. I mean, I guess I'll keep the stink frame for now, but kind of an okay item. What to do next, chat? What to do next? So, we showcased technically doing Heaven Striker on episode 2 if you're really bored. It's interesting that Del Lily has Psycho Wand and Tower. That's kind of silly. Guess we could technically do some... Yeah, I guess we could technically do... Till Lily and Tower can keep Psycho Wand, yeah. Technically we could do Forest runs, if chat wants. But we're gonna have to spice it up a little. Forest is easy. Maybe we'll do some classic Terrells. That's a classic to do. Play for another hour, okay. I probably also might end a bit early. As I said before, I'm not feeling the best today. Let's go ahead and exit out. Let's play some episode 1 and see where we go from there. Yeah, and I definitely don't want to be playing till 4 o'clock like we did the other week. So probably, honestly, around the time Chris stops, I'll stop. I might stop closer to 1, though. Versus 12:30. So I'm gonna go make the game. Let's try, like, I don't know, maybe Anguish 2, Terrells. It's just Terrells, chat. Okay, game's up. Let's see what the forecast was. Horses, human males. /RBR. Sadly, we'll probably never run before we start the quest because of the banner. Yeah, there's at least other things we can hunt while doing what ID into it. We could get Red Sabers, Disco Bravemans, Handgun Milla, technically from Talos. This is also technically an Uber hunt. Oh, there's the RBR. It's catching up to us slowly. I think we were talking off stream. There wasn't anything in particular I was looking to do from RBR. Technically, if chat is really bored, we could do RBR. Yeah, might as well make this character stronger. I haven't been doing a lot of White ID episode 4, so might as well just make them tanky for this. HellCleave is like, no RBR. That's fair. Yeah, I wasn't really excited by the quest array, or else we'd be playing it right now. So next time we see Endless Nightmare pop up at the top, I think we need to get into some of those runs for Spread Needle. Oh no. There we go. Are there any traps ahead? There are, actually. It's not in this room. See, the way I like to view it right now is that we were so used to DMC like happening to stop our damage in multiplayer that like Anguish 1 and Anguish 2 is pretty much just like playing before the patch. Just that freeze traps are worse. That's how I really view it as. Like, okay. No, I hope you can move. You're on your own on that one. Yeah, the Talos, aka the Grasshopper things, technically can drop an uber rare. So I guess if you're ever going to do hunts for Frozen Shooter, White ID is the one to do. Unless you're mixing it in with some other needed things. Like Heavenly Arms on purple or something. Well, once you're at the end of the game and you don't need those things, White ID is definitely better. Oop. Chat's sticking around near the Rappies, which actually messed up the Kafoi timing. There we go. Flowing Sword dropped. No hit. Rip HellCleave. Hildator? Wait, what? Seriously? I summoned the Hildator? Wow. Rare enemy week actually working? Yeah, it's up there. Don't worry about it, chat. We'll deal with it eventually. You too, please. I mean, I feel like this music is appropriate for us not being able to reach the Hildator. We'll get it eventually. Chat can move on. I can kill these things. Chat cannot. I'll just deal with them when we're here. Don't mind me. I believe it was actually Hildator. I know. I would have just not bothered, but whatever. I have to know. What is Hildator's weakness? Is it ice? No. Fire? Oh, I do so little damage. Never mind. I killed the surrounding enemies at least. So that way we can just keep track of that Hildator.
This is the Reaper's power.
Yeah, I notice I'm not doing it. It might be grants. It might be lower resist to grants, but I can't target it from there. I'll check later what the exact resists are. Sadly, it's inconsistent between difficulties for a lot of enemies, so I just don't remember single player versus multi. Sure, HellCleave doesn't get sniped by the milling Hild Elves. At some point I need to just move ad slots onto this character so I can get the electric frame equivalency. Tempest Cloak. Like eventually to be able to get that. So, I mean, it is somewhat useful to have lightning boost here. Just due to the fact that like, the Hild Elves and generally lightning will do some damage here over things like fire. Fire is still effective versus things that are weak against it. Just that lightning generically clears the whole room most of the time. Only a couple enemies that just don't take damage from it. Like here I'm crowd controlling the wolves, for example. Yeah, if Hild Elf's weakness to light is still like 50 something, and imagine if I could have grants the other thing, I would have done more damage. I will take that mind material though. Ew, I picked up an antidote. Get out of my inventory. Nice. We're getting to my favorite parts of the songs. I actually think it's worth triggering this fight over here. Just because there are chances that the handgun golds. There's no reason for me to not do it. Ooh, micro steps, please. Don't mind me, just could possibly die randomly while fighting these things. You'll be able to freeze through the wall and assist. Dodge. I do not want to get hit by an Anguish 2 Tallow, chat. No thanks. Ah, I killed them all. Go assist the chat on the other side. Yeah, check out both of those. I was double checking. I wasn't sure. Need more star atomizers. And poor lone Hildator, reminding us what's at the end of our journey. That was a bad time to run out of TP. Out of range. find it funny that we're just even surprised to see any rare enemies during rare enemy week. Just they don't normally spawn. Keep off the group. Yeah, 112 XP a second's not bad. We haven't even fought the boss yet. Rare drop rate is a nerf, not a buff. Feels like it sometimes. But welcome, Hazel. Hope you're doing well. Got that lone hill detour. It's just not reachable at the moment. Eventually it'll be within range. Guilty light, no hit though. I mean, at this point, I guess can I do the box check from up here? Maybe. I can. Good. I didn't really want to go down there. Usually people beat me to it. Oh, come on. Seriously? Get off me. I mean, I guess if I stand over here, I could just kill them for free. The only downside is if that stupid other Tallow fights me, which just happened. I mean, I might as well just kill the Hilldelt since I'm here. I believe in chatting killing the other Hildator. Out of spite, I will go kill these Hilldelts. Take that Hilldelt. Frozen Shooter did drop for me, but no hit percentage. Yeah. It rolled everything but dark. Damn, indeed. I might as well kill Dragon. We're here. Check for Rare Lily, just in case. So that's like, what, an Agito? Yeah, it's an Agito. Just stand still and regen TP, don't mind me. Or still Dragon. Rip Chris. Ha. I have Moon Atomizer on a key, so I don't need to item menu. I got you, Chris. Also, the secret benefit of not using item menus for revives right there. Saving Chris that XP. Rid of these things. Don't need any of these. So we'll do the flower check. Yeah, looks like nothing of interest. Oh, HellCleave done. I'm just gonna go back to town to get some TP. Yeah, quest is over. I mean, there's no reason for me to junk a Frozen Shooter. Give us sheep flowers, yeah. I'll humor myself. Any 50 hits in the shop today. Nope, just a 40 hit Gladius. so many scape dolls. That away, don't need that. Oh, does slash lobby not work on this? I have a slash lobby shortcut here. There we go. I'm like, I definitely hit Shift F1. I'm like, what happened there? Okay. So, guess we'll just do it again a couple times. We'll leave it on Anguish 2 for now. I thought about raising it briefly. I think after our level, we'll probably try it once. Then we'll end with a couple TTFs. What am I looking for right now? Me personally, nothing. But we're doing Frozen Shooter. With a optional uber rare of the handgun Mila. Yeah, like the things I'm looking for are mostly just units that I'm gonna farm at some point, or doing the Halloween quests. So even waiting the 107 rare rate and drop rate, still could not get the 50-50 to benefit the chat. So we'll see if we can pump it up there a little bit. Yeah, like as I said before, the only items I'm really looking for are V502, probably Rambling May or Vivian with hit. It's kind of about it. I have an Excalibur with hit. Spare Excaliburs are fine. But I'm going to be doing a lot of those when the Christmas event rolls around, so I'm not in a rush to do any of them right this moment. Uh-oh, who didn't enter the portal? I'm seeing the whole scenic view. I'm getting trolled by chat. Eventually I'll see who isn't there. There we go. Lots of trees for sure. But yeah, I think otherwise, yeah, there's not really much I'm looking for. My characters are mostly complete. I mean, I always go for like comfort items on the other characters, like this one, like a limiter. But like, I don't need it. It's not gonna make or break my builds. And get the breeze. Yeah, so if we kill these Talos here, that's where the uber rare is. I guess getting an uber rare would be nice. But yeah, I'm not really gonna farm like Psycho 1 today. I don't really enjoy the lily hunts. But if potentially we do cookie runs at some point, I would like to use those. So I think next week, so this time next week, we'll be doing cookie runs. I'll do the check here so the team doesn't need to do that later. Guilty Light with hit, nice. Yeah, I need to come into this room eventually at some point anyway, just to check up there. Aww. Jeez, these enemies are really in my way. Let's pause trick, check the boxes up here, see if we can get another rare enemy to spawn. Nope. Don't mind me, just gonna kill them on a different floor. I believe in chat killing the other waves. I already checked the other ones, so chat could just walk by those. GG Hildelts. Sadly, I already have a high hit Guilty Light, so I don't really care about this item. HellCleave helped me acquire one earlier. Yeah, I'm sometimes helpful for this wave because the moth verts take a lot of lightning damage, but even if I'm not here, it doesn't really matter as long as there's a ranger. If it's all hunters, I need to come here. Reapply some buffs, heal the team. I think we'll do this quest one more time. See what it's like on Anguish 3 with mixed party. It's supposed to like super optimal party. And then from there we'll just do like a TTF to end. Yeah, sadly not feeling my best today. I was hoping the cold medicine would do a little more, but it really didn't. Red Saber, but it didn't roll machine. Disappointing. Pick up a random flowing sword. Not what I was looking to get. Yeah, so technically, like a high machine percent Red Saber would be useful for Vault Op. But without that percent, I'm not interested. Otherwise, I just use Excalibur or something. Or I'll take the novelty of like a 40 or 50 hit Red Saber just because. Not that I would use it in real combat. Oh, oops, those two Hildelts in the other room. HP material, don't care about that. Low level Refoes, don't care about those. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna pop the boxes because they're Talos. If they weren't Talos, I wouldn't bother popping them. But since that technically has the uber rare, I should probably deal with those. Heal Chris up. I have to remind myself I'm on Anguish, so the freeze is not as long as I think it is. I'm going to be about in the middle here, because I'm probably going to get landed on by Hildelts, unless that's the final wave. Jack up to the final wave, never mind. Team is pretty separated, but I think in the not this upcoming Hildebeer room, but I think in the next room I can rebuff the chat. So everybody's just too far apart currently to make buffing worth it. That is so unfortunate. I thought I'd be able to zap in time. Not even with Vita 1 with no equipment was that fast enough. So sad. Managed to tag chat there at least. Love hitting that switch from behind though. That's my new favorite thing. Nobody told me how to do that. I just was like, oh, there's ways to hit that switch without ever activating the trap. Didn't realize there was skill involved with activating switches, but here we are. Just a custom raid, nothing of interest, sadly. Ooh. Chris is taking big damage. I wonder what Chris's armor is. I feel like Chris is taking more damage than me, and I have like nothing on. Gotta make a trade after this short thing. That'll give me an opportunity to move my ad slots around. You took that much damage with virus armor? Wow. That's actually shocking to me. I guess it was a crit or something, because you took like 700. Like 2756 asking if we found anything. Technically, we found like no-hit frozen shooters, so for new players we got more, we'll call them fodder items. But in terms of stuff like for upgrades for the team, not really, sadly. I guess we technically also got Rika's Claw. But it's kind of not exactly what I would call like run defining or anything. HellCleave soloing the other room. Good luck, HellCleave. Yeah, we did one pod, but nothing really came of it, sadly. Should be the final wave because it was 2 hill delts. Let's... Oh, chat already did the box check. See, that's what I mean. People usually beat me to the box check because I'm helping the other room. Are we on the US server ship 1? Yes. Fodra or whatever it is. We're block 2 though. We play on block 2 since people looking for public games usually join block 1. And most of the time it's just us on stream. Like people that are, you know, listening in, just kind of hop in. I think HellCleave might be looking for enemies I already murdered. I absolutely wrecked them earlier from the other arena room. Rip those hill delts. So yeah, we'll do at least one more. But since HellCleave needs to make a trade, I'm gonna briefly move my ad slots. Like saying, awesome, I just started playing a couple days ago and Ephinea, the game is sick. Well, glad you're having fun with the game. We helped a lot of newer players kind of get to Ultimate, which is the difficulty we're playing currently. Well, technically we're playing Anguish too, but yeah, I think it's good to be a little geared up for the upcoming Christmas event, which should be starting, question mark, by next week. I was gonna hold still, my damage is irrelevant here. So yeah, we'll be doing some cookie quests, I think, next Sunday, and then I think from the standpoint of ult characters, I think most of us have the characters we need in the right ID and the right level. Rip Dragon. Well, this is one of my favorite songs from the Etrian soundtrack, to be fair. It only really competes with Chalky Woods for me. So we'll do a quick flower check. Oh, rare Lily. Hey, look at that. Rare enemies actually appear. I know. I'll just unlock the room. Don't mind me. Hell, did I just type? I got nothing from them. Did chat get anything from them? I mean, I'll try to protect the area in case chat did get something. I got nothing. Oh, it sounds like we got nothing collectively. You know what? I'm gonna fight for that whatever it dropped. Just out of spite, I'm gonna go pick up whatever it dropped me. Power material, sure. Oh, wait a minute. I was about to say, I'm like, where did that laser drop? Yeah, I was gonna say, and then I realized HellCleave dropped it. HellCleave, you got me excited. I was like, wait a minute, did Demon Laser drop for me? And no, HellCleave just left it on the floor. Excitement gone. It's like, I'm actually seeing something good in Forest. I mean, it's just like, huh? Yeah, chat, I probably should not pick up the demons. I have demons, I just barely use it. I mean, if chat is really not gonna go pick that up, I will pick it up, but... yeah, I think I'll try to slot up the Tempest Cloak. Doesn't really give me more defense, necessarily, but I just want the free damage, given that Forest is so lightning focused. Yeah, okay. I'll just pick it up. Oh, it's an identified 40. Oh, I thought it was unidentified. Oh, that's less impressive. Apple Kappa trying to hit me with the song list. I don't... is there something that would even tell you that normally? Because I just do random stuff. Is there a service that people use for song list? Enlighten me. I'm not aware. I mean, I'll give it to you in a moment. Don't get me wrong, but I don't have one. Hopefully you're doing well. Actually, you know what I wanted to do? C-Bank. Whatever, 99. You had Nightbot? Would Nightbot know what my browser song is, though? Because I'm not playing it off of a service. I didn't think it would. But anyway, if you want the song... This is from Etrian Mystery Dungeon. It's specifically... It's like something of the Winds, offhand. It's like End of the Raging Winds, I think. Put that in components or S-Bank? I actually don't know. Let me check our characters. But anyway, it's the final dungeon music before you unlock the bonus games. The only one I like more is Chalky Woods in the next area. That one I know by heart. I don't even hesitate. Oh, speaking of hesitate, where's my bank? We're gonna do a little item reading of our bank real quick. Alright, my ad slots are here. That's what I was looking for. I'm like, that's fine. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and ad slot up my Tempest Cloak. I have a lot of ways to get ad slots, so I'm not really worried about running low at any point. Oh, I menued too hard there. When menuing goes wrong. There we go. So I'm just gonna move those over and then I'll make another game. Hopefully you're doing well, Apple Kappa. Is there anything this character needs to pick up? I don't think so. I have monster parts, but I should just convert those. I mean, technically, I could put the Belra's right arm in here. Welcome, Eldritch. Hope you're doing well. I feel kind of sick, sadly, so that's why I'm probably not going to stream super late today. I think otherwise things are okay. Oh, you got your Mother Gods finally, HellCleave? Congratulations. Sending all the positive vibes. Thank you for that, Eldritch. Yeah, I just feel very drained, sadly. And it's not like I had lack of sleep. I think it just all hit me yesterday. I started feeling a little sick towards the end of the Phoenix Wright stream. Like, I felt fine at the beginning of the stream, but like, hour and a half in, I was like, felt a little off. And then since then, I've just been feeling sick again. So we're already listening to the final boss music. So enjoy some final boss Etrian Mystery Dungeon, I guess. Let's make a game. And then I'll leave it up to chat after this run if you would rather do a TTF or another ego. I'll leave it up in the air for chat. I came with 5 scamp dolls. TTF my vote, says HellCleave. We'll do TTFs after this. Well, it seems like the votes have won out. Democracy at work, chat. I'm not gonna lie, listening to the soundtrack again does make me want to play the game again. I had a lot of fun with Ephinea Mystery Dungeon. We'll do one last one for the day. I was reading HellCleave's comment to make sure it didn't disappear. I mean, I think I have those 3 seals if you're really desperate for them. Otherwise, I'll just gamble at some point for more. But I'm pretty sure they're just so you rotate less. Yeah. Hopefully things have been well, Eldritch. I saw people playing more of your Aperture seed type the other day. It seems like it's slowly getting around. Afternoon, it's morning for me. Truly, we are global. Yeah, for me it is 12 p.m. I didn't die. Thank you, Jellin. I definitely feel like that would have killed me had I not Jellined, because Anguish 3 damage is really high. Told DB that I won't be making presets using established extensions or vanilla map anymore. Yeah, we're EST. Chris is Australian time zone. We have people from all over for sure. It's interesting that we're going full map editing. Well, good luck with that, Eldritch. I saw little bits of it when you were making it. It's 11 for chat. How do you unlock Anguish? You get to ultimate, and then you could just choose the difficulty at that point. So you gotta be at least level 80. I want to see what the other question is, though, but I'm getting swarmed by enemies. I recognize there's a question for me, but unfortunately, I need to look at the screen briefly. Since it is Anguish 3, if I mess around, I probably will die. Alright, nothing of interest up there. Alright, so let's see the question. What to ask? I'm starting to Hukaseel and debating whether orange or Viridia for boss traps. What would be better? Viridia. So, like, orange doesn't really give you anything that you're interested in, to be honest. Especially as Hukaseel. It's like... both of them technically have access to Excalibur. So, like, if you're looking at, like, actual drops of interest, you got, like, way more going on with Viridia than orange. I barely use orange myself at this point. Like, I think people use it occasionally for, episode 4, like boss, like pod, but that, like, I don't really want, I would not recommend pod with Hukaseel. So if you're just talking about, if I'm doing episode 1, if I want something solid, I would do that. If I want to have potentially some usefulness in episode 4, if I just want to do like surface episode 4. How did that hit me? By the way, I was not in the room. That was really rude. Yeah, I was like, I'm like, I don't think I was even super close to that doorway either. I think I just got cheated there. Unfortunate. But yeah. So the way I kind of view it is like, what do I think the Hukaseel is good at? I mean, she's decent at bosses. You get a last swan. She's not really super great at crowd control, but she's good at like limited 1v1 kind of scenarios, and she's got freeze traps. So she could do okay on some of the harder areas, or if you're looking to do like hell stuff, she's probably one of the better hunters for it, just due to her accuracy. Is Sky a good idea for Hukaseel? Probably. I mean, it gives you red ring. It gives you a lot of calibers. So if you like big sword, I got bopped there. If you like big sword, you have to play it anyway for Seal J sword. I don't think it'll necessarily give you everything you need. So just keep that in mind whenever you're playing a character. Even if the ID is good for the character itself might not be good for the hunts. Yeah, I agree with HellCleave. If you're not an ID that can do like red ring, then you can't really make your own games and get potentially power leveled, and that is just really brutal because they're decent at... Oh, there's Chalky Woods. This is the song I was waiting for. But from the standpoint of like just playing the character, like they, as I said before, I like their accuracy, so I'll use them for like simple box runs. So if you did like Sky ID box run with them, then you could in theory use them. Are they going to be the most efficient to the run? Probably not, but at least it's a way to level them and still potentially do like TTF red ring and stuff like that. But yeah, when it comes to like, you know, if you see drops in like episode 4, did he kill me through? He was Jelland. Okay, I was like, damage is high. Plus you use Dark Flow the most in TTF runs. That's also true. So it's kind of like a balance. Like Hunter's endgame for the most part is probably just Dark Flow for the most part, so you need at least one character that could potentially farm it. Yeah, but it's like, it's one of those things where, you know, you're, at least if for solo, quote unquote, it's maybe a little better to do it that way. But again, if the only rare you're looking for is red ring, as we mentioned before, there's a lot more useful items you could get from like what I call like the power 3, green ID, Viridian, white ID. Some combination of those, wow, I'm getting one shot super hard. Some combination of those is usually all you need, and having any 2 of them is usually good enough to carry you for a new character. From there, you can branch out and do like blue ID for seabed and some other jumps and stuff like that, but picking one of those 3 is usually strong enough that if you pick one other ID, you could cover most items. Yeah. There's always the exception to the rule. Like, as I said before, like if you want Seal J Sword, you have to get Sky at some point. But like, Are you going to be well equipped if that's your only ID? Probably not. And again, for doing those kinds of hunts where Sky is like the recommended, like the Gaiguis, like their hunters are just never going to be the right first pick for most of those anyway. Usually the answer is just play Ranger if you want to do the hunt faster. Or in some instances, just play Force, like episode 4. Oh, I'm not close enough to chat to revive. Probably replace green with purple. I would say yes. I think purple gets a higher buff if you're playing Ranger. I think more generically, I find green more useful. Let me go hit the switch. Yeah, white ID basically they could play anywhere, but honestly, there's a lot of white ID hunts that I don't know if I would pick Fomar into it, to be honest. Oh yeah, for sure. I like episode 2 purple for tower, but at the same time, if you have white ID, it does a lot of the same things that purple does, while being just a more consistent ID for other episodes. But if you're playing Ranger, I think purple is almost 100% mandatory. The reason I like green ID Ranger too is if you're not looking to make a lot of spare characters for mags, it's needed for mags. White ID is the best ID in the game. I keep hearing that, but it's like, I don't know if I agree for new characters. I'm gonna put an asterisk on that. I don't think it has everything that you need. You still need the other IDs. You don't think there's any character that's bad with white ID? I mean, as long as you like Diska. Yeah, white ID I think is like, it's definitely heavily weighted towards the endgame rares, but I don't think it has a lot of the beginner rares to get people started. It does those hunts very well, don't get me wrong, but it's like... Get rid of these enemies real quick. You're going to be hurting for some basics that are missing on them. Things like, offhand, I want to say like Bringer's Arm, or like, I don't think they have Spread Needle. So like, it's good to complement them with one of the other, the Power 3, as I mentioned before. Viridia is kind of ridiculous throughout. Like, it's like you get V101s, you get red rings, you get amazing boss drops in TTF. It is really strong in episode 4. It's like okay in episode 2, so it definitely has its weakness there. But man, like every rare enemy drop in like episode 4 is stupid, and it also gets limiter. Cool thing about Disco Fragment is it's simultaneously comically easy to get. Yeah, it's kind of funny. You just end up playing hard mode and get the absolute best endgame item just because. Yeah, that's definitely a weakness of it for sure, where it's just not as strong outside of TTF. But to be honest, like, what do most people run anyway in episode 1? TTF. It's just... Like, let's be real. Like, you'll do some Terrells, but if you're gonna do Terrells, you'll do white ID. Like, it's just the ID of choice. You can also technically do purple if you're trying to get your heavenly arms, and that's where I said before. Like, I think there's, you know, IDs that I think are really strong suited for Rangers, and purple is one of the ones I highly recommend of doing Ranger. But for like a Huka Seal, I don't know if I'd really be recommending things like purple. Yeah. You know what? I don't feel like killing them. They can live this time. I got stuck in the animation. That was unfortunate. Yeah, like, there's other gimmicky ones. Like, I like yellow ID because I play Endless, but, like, I'm not going to go and recommend, like, yellow, orange. I mean, pink is pretty much, like... You need one if you're not looking to trade. But honestly, unless you're doing a lot of like Excalibur hunts in episode 2, there's not a lot I play with pink ID anymore. Yeah, the problem with yellow is that it's just missing like a lot of interesting boss drops. So like people won't TTF yellow, for example, due to that, even though it has like really solid mines. Its forest is kind of weak, so again, a lot of the ones that people end up using, it's not the greatest. But if you're willing to do like multi-area stuff, I will say the non-conventional quests. I think yellow episode 1 is pretty fun. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not aware of like if yellow got buffed from plating. Yeah, but otherwise, like a lot of those off colors, I'm just kind of like, not really excited to play their runs at all. I think the real question is, chat, what do you think is the weakest ID? What ID needs some love next time they do an item buff? Ooh, chat almost in agreement. 2 blues. Yeah, the ruins is kind of disappointing. I wish they had just like one more strong item to kind of justify using them in ruins. They tried buffing it a little bit with Heaven Striker. There's something to do in ruins, but it's like, do I really want to do them for Guardiana and Heaven Striker? No. Honestly, I was probably leaning more towards what Hoopweed is saying. I think pink is extremely weak. Blue ID has like some of the best runs in the world with CPED as well as leveling new characters. I really struggle to think of when I would use pink outside of PW2. Like, they're good if you're hunting for like convenient barriers, I guess, because they have access to it. Yeah, I think them being bottom 2, I would maybe agree with. I'm not a big fan of orange or RN in general. I don't see anything of interest. I'm gonna leave. I think the thing is like I also just don't value Daylight Scar at all. So the IDs that get those those kinds of ones, I'm just like I just don't care. Am I going Rocket Seal? Probably. Yeah, I'll just bring in Viridian for TTF. Just showcasing the power of Viridian. I use it like literally every time we do the runs. So anyway, I'll put this stuff away. Let's do some TTF. I don't think I need anything else here. Oh, I can put away my ultimate frame for later, actually. Yeah, I love blue seabed. There's at least reasons for me to bring it. Like at this point, I have like almost no reason to play pink ID unless I'm doing like a Fomarl hunt. I would value her more highly if I'm a Fomarl, for example, and I'm just looking to get my own rambling main Vivian. Chris will stick around for 1 TTF. We're going to be doing a few TTFs, so people are more than welcome to fill Chris's slot once he's out. Such a weird collection in my inventory there. Weird. Yeah, I'm not gonna put a password. People could join. I'm just gonna sell items. Probably is the worst episode 1 overall. Possibly. I agree, there's not really a time where I'm thinking in episode 1, oh, let's play Blue ID. Like, it doesn't happen. Yeah. Do I need my frozen shooter for this run? I don't think so. Let's put it away. Oh, you mean pink for episode 1? Yeah, I don't think I've ever played pink episode 1. Blue is quite good. It's like okay in ruins. I guess if you're looking for alternate rares to run, mines is maybe okay. I don't remember what's in caves, to be honest. But I remember not being impressed. I mean, like, when I think about like good mines, I think Excalibur V101. And I know it doesn't have either of those, so don't play it. It has like Cincesta or whatever. But it's like, I think the thing is too, is if you don't care about Jaya, which is what Blue ID is all about, you don't like it. And I don't like it because I don't care about Jaya. Just kind of there. So for me, like, I'm like, I can hunt that on any difficulty on Blue ID. It doesn't really matter. Like, I'm not going to do ultimate runs for Jaya. I'm going to be doing, like, very hard for it. I just don't see why I would ever do that kind of run for Jaya over the other runs that have Jaya. Because value and run for me is, like, very hard episode 4, Blue. Like a brain dead easy run with ignition cloak. More photon crystals for me. 2 chances of Jaya. Or if you just want to go for Jaya, there's the what was it? There's one Blue ID that gives 4. So like if I'm gonna hard focus it, I'm not gonna play it there. It's not quite as universal as Disco Brave Man, sadly. Wouldn't recommend hunting weapons very hard ever unless you don't have any other choice. I think that's funny because I've gotten my only hit Jaya from that. Just while leveling people. Rip the Still Dragon though. Yeah, it's more likely you'll get hit percent, I believe, on the higher difficulties, but sometimes you just churn out the amount of Jayas and it doesn't matter. Rip Dragon. Yeah, I don't really ever plan on doing like ultimate Jaya hunts, as I said before, unless it just happens to be there. It'll be like, I'll do Seabed, for example. I do that actually. That sucked. Into menu into Excalibur there. Before a normal swing into the power swing. Whatever. Still dead. Slightly too far back. I should probably go to the next room because I got fire traps. What's a good episode to play on for Hucasil? It just depends on your gear. I mean, if you're playing groups, I would say you'll get more people to play TTF with you over episode 4. But episode 4 gives the most XP if you're able to do it. Just not solo Hucasil. Yeah. Yeah, Hucasil solo leveling is a telepipe down. Yep, HellCleave is mentioning what I mentioned earlier. She's really good with Hell, but it's like if you don't have Hell, you're a brand new character. It's not gonna happen. Which I think is what's being asked in the chat, because I don't think Mike has a V502, for example, or Health handgun with 50 hit. But if you do, then CCC, probably. Rip HellCleave. HellCleave has leveled. Oh, then maybe I saw Ertamperometer level. I definitely saw the white text that level up. That was not me. Whatever, I'll just tank the hit. There we go. I'll wait for chat a little bit. I want to line up a bit more. Yeah, we're coming up pretty close to the Christmas event, so next week will be cookies, but also we'll probably do a bonus stream on Wednesday if the event starts tomorrow, for example. People were still trying to speculate when it would start. Oh. Okay. Don't mind me, chat. Just casual V101 as usual. Just get like best unit in the game. It's easy. Just kill like one Sinnoh. I have so many of those. Rather use your cookies off event if possible. I think I just want Christmas presents, to be honest. I didn't switch into Spread Needle. That was a mistake. I'm gonna chalk that up to not feeling all that awake still, sadly, due to feeling sick. So I'm definitely gonna drop the first monitor. Sucks. Okay, let's at least kill this monitor since we're here. The way I kind of view it, I'm gonna have more chances of getting presents, which will probably be better than 90% of the drops there regardless. I'd rather roll for that than the uber rare from the quest itself. It's just like, yeah. Let's replace like almost every bad enemy with a potential good drop. But if chat really does not want to do it during Christmas, just let me know. Because I thought that's what we agreed to in October, or else I would have run it last week. Because I didn't see anybody say anything to the contrary for the past month and a half when I've been bringing it up. Get rid of these. Yeah, because we've been calling them Christmas cookies for like literally months. This is not the first time this has come up on stream. Let's get rid of these. Yeah, because I'm not really looking for golds. I'm mostly just looking for more generic rares like Spread Needle or like P502s, depending on stuff. Psycho Wand. Okay, make sure I'm in the right mode. Okay, I'm in the right mode. Yeah, and if I get an ultimate present at some point,
Is that a monolith?
then I'll get my Psycho Wand regardless, potentially. Where's Steel J Sword? So I'll be like, okay. Just gotta believe. Actually, that's also a fair question, Hoopweed. Did you even have cookies left over? Because I don't remember discussing it with you specifically about cookies. Talked about HellCleave. Whenever he wants to use his 15 cookies, they've been set aside. Chris, I've talked with Chris before about the cookies. I think Vane said they were going to do it whenever we do it. I don't think there was any conditions on those. Get rid of these. Oh, you have like 4 or 5? Okay. Yeah, we're sitting on like 50 plus. There's gonna be a lot. I purchased a few. We had some left over from the previous event that we never used. And then we got, I think, 20 something. 30. I think it might have been 30 during the last Halloween event. I was distracted by PDs being spelled out PEDES. I actually just missed my shots. I'm like, why do people do that? I feel tilted reading that. I'm like, why call it something that takes more letters? I'm so lost. I got lasered. I know it's not you specifically. I've seen it before in the Discord. Like, I just don't understand. Like, no, I'm gonna call them PDs. Need more ES weapons out of a brand's launcher. That's fair. You've seen the power of the Sphered Brand's launcher. It is quite powerful. Avoid the mods. Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking, I didn't have my last swan or anything. I suppose use X-Cal, the boss was that close.
Dead already?
Poor falls. Yeah, I'm not really a believer in Rare Enemy Week, I'm gonna be honest with you,
This
chat.
is the Reaper's power.
I'm tired of getting disappointed. I'd just rather do other runs and pretend there's no bonus. Maybe then I'll get pleasantly surprised. Rare Enemy Week is just Pod Week. I'd rather just kill the enemies and then just not see the rare boss at all. Versus like kill the enemy and then still not get it. I think that's a much worse feeling for me. Like, I'd rather just kill like Pyrogoron for Heaven Striker and then it just not drop after 20 runs rather than seeing like 5 or 6 Dwarf Declares or Pazuzu and it gives me nothing. I feel like the disappointment is more immense in those scenarios. Prayer drop increase rates are always a lie. Yeah, I mean, like, think about like All those times we were playing 4 quests for not rare enemy and we got more rare enemies than rare enemy week. I think this week was like the first time, possibly all year, we saw like an actually high number of rare enemies given the number of quests we've done. So it could be very disappointing for sure. I mean, we had like, what? At one point we had 3 Pazuzu in 2 games. So yeah. It's just, that's why I don't like doing rare enemy hunts in general. I just don't like the perception of it. It's nothing to do with the statistics or the odds. It just feels so much worse when you don't get it. When you finally roll lucky enough to get the chance. You gotta roll for the chance to get a chance. And it's like, that just feels terrible. Doesn't help the only good ones are rare hunts and the half drops in Condi, pretty much. That's why I don't like doing Cycle 1 runs usually. Alright, so I think Chris was saying he had to go, so I think we have 1 free slot for people that want to join. Just let us know in the chat. Oh, stretch. So I'll do a couple more TTF, but I'm definitely feeling drained, sadly. Oh yeah, the Cycle 1 rate is terrible. I think I was looking at the odds. The Del Beater was definitely better from what I remember. So I bothered to actually check what the math was one time. Yeah. Okay, chat, so we have 1 free slot, so anybody looking to hop into Ultimate, let me know. Good luck with the rest of the runs. Hope you get some rest, Chris. Otherwise, we'll be starting up in a moment. Wait a little bit more. There's nobody joining. We'll start up in just a moment. Oh, we're almost done with the soundtrack. Okay. I'm not seeing any comments in the chat, so I'm assuming we'll be getting started in about 30 seconds. So this is your last call for joining TTF. Out of curiosity, Mike, are you still around? Just curious if you're still playing the Yuka Seal. Zool does not have a character to join. Okay. Alright, so question to Azul and Mike, if both of you are around. What level are your characters? I saw 38 for the Yuka Seal for Mike, but I just want to verify. Let's just get started. I'm willing to go a little further, but not on ultimate runs. I don't feel like taking that hard today, especially when not feeling well. Like, if both of you are like the precipice of very hard or would like to power level, let me know. Welcome, Adrius. Hope you're doing well. I think we're doing our last ultimate run of the day, at least. Probably help the people that are here that need levels. Even though it's not XP week. It's technically very hard blue. Gives me ignition cloak. I want literally 1 ignition cloak, so if I'm gonna run it, technically it's good for me to do. Do want 1. That is one of the rare items that I actually care about. How long do I plan on streaming for? I was thinking of ending unless people wanted to level some characters. Any good drops today? V101. Yeah, as I said before, I'm not feeling all that well. But I guess we'll try to make it even to the normal length of PSO time. I could probably push 1 more hour at most. Yeah, just not feeling well. But from the standpoint of helping people out, just let me know. Azul says, highest level is 95 Fomoral, but I don't have good gear. Okay. Is there a character you're looking to level an alternate, Azul, out of curiosity? Rip the dragon. If I ever see ketchup in game, I'm gonna let you know I am terrible at remembering names, but I will try. Oh, I mean, I can still help out Azul. I don't really care. I mean, it takes like what? Even without XP week, like 50 minutes to get you to very hard. I mean, this is pretty much the last week, or at least last on-stream session, I think, before the event starts. So if there are people that are looking to get the right IDs, I mean, I'm willing to help with it. There we go. There's the double hit I was looking for earlier. Position better that time. Idris says having a lot of fun with TTF. Nice, nice. But things are going up for you. No problem, Adrius. We're just making sure everybody that watches the stream at least has a character somewhat viable for Christmas events in case they want to hop in later. So we'll have to get Mike at some point. So I'm not sure, Mike, if you're on our Discord. I do play off stream. I'm probably going to go to sleep for like 5 hours, to be honest with you. And then maybe I'll play some PSO after that. I might have to postpone the add-on video by a day. This is it before. I feel really bad today. I do have all the notes for it though, so I'm ready to record it off stream. Need to do more White Ruins.
You're wide open!
Well, thank you for the follow, Mike. If you do !Discord, if you're not in the Discord, we do have groups that are running off-stream stuff pretty much every day. So if you are just looking for people of varying level and capability, there are people that literally just started PSO within a month. Oh, thank you for the subscription. You don't have to do that, but it is appreciated. So yeah, hop in there. We have usually people are looking for items. I think Tiki, HellCleave, Poopweed are pretty active. We also have Adrius and TJS that also do some runs. So yeah, definitely take a look. There's a role you can assign yourself in the Discord, or it's like PSO-LFG looking for group. So that way, if people ping that, anybody that is actively on that role can get the ping without needing to necessarily bother the whole server. So yeah, we'll try to get people leveled a bit. What do you think, Chad? Do we get 2 V101s back to back? What do you think? A little happy freeze trap down. Oh, rip. You weren't able to ping that. Oh, maybe there could be a setting issue if it wasn't allowing the team. I know I've done it before, but maybe it's not allowed for other members. Thank you for letting me know. I'll fix that if that's the case. Yeah, I'm basically admin, so I always have permissions. I'll see if I can add it there, if it's not already there. Because I think there's like a general one where I didn't want people to add, and that's in like the general chat. I don't know about you guys, but whenever people add everybody, that drives me wild. just like, please don't add everybody. Don't do it. Come on, Priest Round. Thank you. Get rid of these enemies real quick. Okay. Yeah, I'll see if I can override it specifically there or just allow certain mentions. So I'll play around with that, I think, post-stream. Make sure I pull out my spread needle this time. Also learned solo is rough without buffs, debuffs, so mostly sticking to group play. Yeah, that sounds about right for cast. I mean, that's pretty much always going to be the case. They're much stronger multiplayer than single player. Not saying you can't play single player with them, but it's not something I would do at low level. Once you're a certain level, of course, then it doesn't matter as much. You always have like little cheat ways if you're low level and not necessarily optimally geared. Like Confused Trap is your friend, for example. When you're just like, geez, I just don't do damage. But then after a while, you're like, yeah, I got my X-Cal, I got my demons. Or not demons, you got my hells, I got my other things. Some C's. / arrest needle. War boss. As I was saying, cast storm gear for ATP, good for when you need to bring a thunder, but in single player barrel more tools to manage CC. Yeah, Huka Seal's like okay. I think her big issue is just like her ATP doesn't scale as high as it should, and it definitely is lower cap than honestly it should be for a cast. But I think some of the higher accuracy makes it still possible. It's not like it's not horrendous necessarily, and definitely Ranger. Like if you have a spread needle, you have all you need to basically cheese the pretty much any area, sadly. Hoopweep was bringing up something I was thinking about the other day. So it looks like Hoopweep's giving me the solid confirm on that, actually. Thank you for that, Hoopweep. So I was talking about before, when we were going through, maybe a couple months ago, the fact that you could cancel the damage of moves by menuing midway through, and I was thinking about just the other week if there was a practical application from it, and I was looking at the screens, because I know the first and third always seem to hit, so that makes sense. I'll have to give it a shot next time. Thank you for confirming that, Hoopweed. I was thinking about practicing it. Oh, geez, I'm taking a lot of damage. About practicing that off stream. So yeah, telepipe down. Yeah. I still don't know what causes the 2 monitor versus 3 monitor. Oh, you had to run back for the PD? Oof. Yeah, her ATA being able to land stuff means she doesn't need quite like the ultra high hit that like the HuCast needs necessarily. So it's like a little easier to use her quote unquote with weaker gear. But as soon as you actually get solid gear, the HuCast is just there's literally no downside to the HuCast. When you're in those, oh, I only got 0 hits or like 10 hit alternatives, the HuCast just can't use some of those things. So it's kind of like there's just like a sudden point where Huka Seal is slightly better, and then HuCast is just godly more powerful in every conceivable way compared to every other character. There's like, I don't know what the exact percentage is. It depends, I guess, a bit on the weapon, but man, start giving them those 50 hits, it's over. Yeah, between freeze traps being able to lock down some of the more annoying enemies, confused traps being able to kind of cheese normal rooms if you have like low weapon DPS. They have so many tools. So that's why Huka Seal is not completely terrible in solo. She's got ATP to deal with some enemies, and then freeze trap OP. actually landed shots there. It's a good sign. Oh, the bait. Exactly. Hoopy's pointing out, when you start sacking that ATA, it's over. And then it's like, there's no reason to play HellCleave. And some of those are not hard to get, of course. Yeah, I couldn't remember the trap growth of the hunters offhand. Other than I did remember the HellCleave having the best freeze trap growth. I didn't remember if HellCleave shared that or not. So yeah, a lot of the times where people complain about ATA, it's not super relevant for HellCleave as you get higher level. Like initially it kind of is because you have low freeze trap count, but as he starts approaching, you know, 140, 160, it's like, oh, I have enough freeze traps for years. So anything that would normally evade me just perishes. Yeah, it's more evident when you go to fight bosses. Not being able to hit special could be kind of annoying. And then I would generally avoid the things you can't freeze anyway as you cast. Like, I'm not exactly dying to fight Dorfon, for example. A lot of their weaknesses I don't think super matter when you're doing what a hunter should be hunting by themselves. Yeah, HellCleave is kind of like playing with permanent shifta. It just can be kind of annoying when you actually need to hit them backwards. Like if you need an earlier power attack. But even then, that's not like a huge downside. Chad says, here comes the red ring. Nah, my red ring luck is okay. Just, I don't know about the seed timing or whatever. It doesn't seem to line up very often. So anyway, I think I'm done with TTF for now. So unless I feel a second wind, I'll do like another hour or so of leveling people. So do I need anything from my bank? No, I don't think I do. So let's switch to C Bank 4. Yeah, HellCleave is kind of one of those things where, like, the higher level you get, the better he is. So there's always going to be a bit of friction, kind of getting through what I call, like, the ultimate hump. I don't think he has as bad of a hump as other characters do, and definitely his endgame is just, as Hoopweed said, damage can't be ignored. Like, him having, like, 1500 ATP is just, it's disgusting. Just... And the fact that he can also potentially steal Milo Eula himself, or Red S-Blade, or whatever it's called, himself is really gross. So anyway, Azul, did you need help leveling the character? We could do that, otherwise I'll just go back to maybe other runs. Sky, HellCleave, Viridian, HellCleave, Green Ramar, White Fomar. Maybe? Let us know, Azul, if you're ready to level. Yeah, the only thing you'll probably get at some point is if you're being serious about Ranger, you'll probably want purple at some point. But as is, like, Green Ranger is needed for mag, so that's why I usually end up doing it. Azul's gonna boot up the game. Okay, so I'm gonna switch characters. Oh, are we on the final song of the game? Your adventure has ended, number 2. Indeed we are. Mention that unless you're exclusively solo or get items from trading, section ID large, so it doesn't matter a whole lot. Yeah, it just depends on it just depends on if you have like a solid group of people. Like the game is definitely meant to be like you have people covering the IDs, so it shouldn't matter. But there's always going to be the times where you are on and some other people are not, unless you're willing to do purely public games. So I think sometimes it helps to have something to do when you're in like weird off hours. If you happen to be in like the 3 a.m.s or you're, oh, I got off work today, so nobody's online at 10 a.m. Especially on the East Coast, it's like, yeah. Those happen, not super often. Whereas I like to do, I play during my lunch break, so sometimes I'll see people on East Coast, but not a whole lot. So you'll see me kind of slip in some games there. So I gotta wait for Azul, confirmation for Azul, and then I'll make the game. I think I got everything I need. Yeah, double add up V801 God technique and then merges. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, I think people get really. I think where people get really hung up the most is probably like, I want items on this ID on this character, therefore I should play as that character. I think that's where people make a lot of mistakes with it. Where just recognize that some characters are just better at others, and some of that's really hard to know when you're a new player. So people will be like, oh, you know, I really need V101 because I read it in a guide. So if I don't get V101, my character's useless. And I feel like that ends up leading into a lot of issues. So that's why whenever we talk about IDs, I try to bring that up every time, because there are a lot of people that are like, oh, why would I pick, you know, such and such ID on this character? Well, I'm like, well, because you can't farm it as the hunter. Like you're just not doing it solo Humor. You're not exactly going like episode 4 desert. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I see a level 15 in the lobby. Is that Azul? Hoopy says, what's most important about section ID choices if you're playing for is to pick an ID your class is good at, not ID because you items you need. Yeah, I think Hoopy basically is covered it there. So let us know, Azul. We're in Fodra block 2. And if you're not able to make it, then I'll just go back to TTF. No problem. Uh-oh. I see the level 120 purple Romarl has come back. Are you doing box runs? that was a quick 2 minutes. I'm like, suspicious. Oh, you're getting gear? That's fair. That was my ult choice. Let's close The Adventure Has Ended. Let's listen to Dungeons of Dreadmore. Hua Xiaolin, nice. I see the character now. Okay, I'll make the game. It'll just be called Ziggy. I'm not gonna put a password. Probably want my Rafoe merge here, because it is just normal. Okay, the game's up. It should be on normal. No problem, HellCleave. Take your time. Okay, it's time to power level you. Ooh, level 120 joining in. Sure. To be close to the counter, we'll start the quest. There we go. I'll just do B, whatever. Shouldn't take that long to get you to hard mode. I mean, if nothing else, if people just want free photon crystals, episode 4 is really dumb. You'll probably sadly still get useful drops here. Make sure to use the console so we could advance. There we go. YouTube, please. Rip all these enemies, though, for real. I need more photon crystals at point. Depends on how Black Paper Deal luck goes. Oh, what are you looking to get in Black Paper Deal? Bonk. I was gonna say that sad moment where I don't feel it's worth using Kapoe. Oh, bunny ears. With that already level 8. Level 9. Yeah, I came across this soundtrack because I was trying to find dungeon drafters and it kept giving me Dungeons of Dreadmore, and I'm like, okay, is the soundtrack actually worth listening to? It keeps giving me this when I'm looking for the other game. It seemed okay. Figured we'd experience it for the first time together. I've never played whatever game this is from. If it's a PC game or whatever. The attack does the circular explosion thing. Yeah, that's for Foe. Force go boom. Force does not care about elemental weakness on normal. It's like, it's kind of like the pop quiz. What are the enemies weak to? It's whatever I feel like in normal. Their resistances are honestly irrelevant. Got him. Goodbye. See that? Actually, you know what? Maybe. Well, no. I'll go back to Rifoid for here. Oh no! Character. Oh no! Can't drop. Oh yeah, I'm at least gonna kill these lizards. I'm gonna leave. Rip the connection. Let's leave. Hopefully Azul is okay. I mean, we got Azul 2 levels before the drop. So we'll wait a minute or so. See if we got confirmation if they're back or what happened. Otherwise, we'll, as I said before, we'll just go back to TTF for a couple times. Let's see, I got a V101, so I think that is all but one character for me that has it, because that one will go to the Humar. The Hucast already has one, Rocky Seal has one, Ramar will have them, Hunu World doesn't need it. Rockasiel has it. Rawcast has it. I think my Fomar has it. At most, I would need it for the Fomarl, I think, at this point. I don't see Azul coming back. I don't see them in Twitch chat, so maybe they lost internet or something. I'm lying around my bank. You can have if you need one. For V101, I'm fine. I get them pretty frequently. I just don't usually bother hunting them. They just kind of happen. Since I play a lot of episode 1 on and off stream, between like yellow bars and everything else. I don't think they're coming back because I don't see anything in the chat. So we'll switch it over to the chat. Are there runs the chat would like to do now? Since I'm willing to stick around for a little bit more. Exactly, I'm with Hoopweed. I don't intend to go for V101, it just happens. We call that the happy little accident rare. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. So I'm willing to do maybe 2 runs or 1 longer run, and then that's it. YouTube, please. There we go. A rhythm game tournament. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. In that case, I guess we'll just go back. When in doubt, if nobody says anything, we'll just go back to TTF, since people usually always want TTF. Yeah, I don't see Tiggy on. Tiggy's looking for very specific items. No, Hoopweed's also looking for very specific items. When players have all of the things that they need, they're just like, no. Uber hunts only. So in which case, we're gonna switch back to Red Ring. Because why not? I still technically need a handful of red rings. I would love to have one on my Ramar. Other characters can wait. HellCleave needs everything. That's fair. Hoopweed says kinda same, interesting. So yeah, chat, we'll end with a couple more TTFs then. I would have preferred leveling other players, but we'll go here. Yeah, like players that are literally just starting up, they want everything. I'm surprised that I'm still hearing the everything responses from other people. Alright, so we're gonna make a game, Ziggy TTF. So we have, it looks like HellCleave, Ertamperometer, Adrius, if you want in. Get some TTF in. Should be good to go. So do a little dance. Oh, sorry, you have to go at any moment, potentially. I missed what HellCleave said, since I saw 2 different chats. It's rare to get the good hit percent. True, I suppose. I guess I should qualify it with, you're not really looking for things like units and a lot of the starter rares. You're only looking for, you know, potentially, well, chat said they're not looking for Vices, but potentially Vices or Yashimikovs or anything with high hit percent, like Excalibur. I don't think people are really going to say no to high hit Excalibur. Yeah, most people don't need, like, you're not really looking for armors. You're not really generally looking for shields. I mean, if you just straight up don't want a V101, I would take it. But I would rather you get the PDs for it. Yeah, like, I could see V502. Yeah, we'll do a couple of runs. I don't see anybody else offering to join, so we'll just continue. Oh, sorry your internet cut off, Azul. Yeah, we're gonna wrap up with 2 runs then. Yeah, I would rather the V1... If that was an offered free V101, if I were to take it, it would just go to people like Adrius. People that don't have a V101 to begin with, I'd rather it go to. And then I talk to a lot of people that don't have those, but it's just kind of one of those things. Sorry to hear that, Azul. We'll try to figure out a better time. As I said before, if you get things worked out, we are always on the Discord, although, as I said before, I'm probably just going to pass out as soon as the stream is over. But there are people that are doing runs, so I know, like, it sounds like Hoopweed might be playing after the Rhythm Tournament. And as I said before, players like Tiggy, HellCleave, usually on for a decent amount of time, doing various runs. Yeah, I have to see what the permission is for the looking for group. Do that next time we're at a boss intro. I mean, technically I could do it right now. Why not? We'll do it right now. It's just Steel Dragon. Permissions. Let's see. View channel. Such as in threads, embedded links, add reactions. There's one that has for like the everyone in apps, but I don't see one that says specifically you can't looking for group it. Does that really block that there? Some members use this, and they can also use app mention rules. I'll have to check to see what that does. I'll verify on Discord what it is. I think I see the security setting, but I also don't want to re-enable everyone and everybody's, as I said before. If I can do it so that all you can do is specifically the new roles, I would prefer that. Oh yeah, Cannon Rouge just dumpsters that dragon. Rip Dragon. Dragon is just not a boss fight. I mean, I could just literally look away from the screen for like more than 3/4 of the boss fight and still win. Yeah. Oops, I don't know where I was walking there. That was silly. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can specifically allow it if on the roll itself it has a permission. Because if so, I don't think I was aware of that, and I'll go fix that. Because that I don't care if you add, to be honest. Goodbye, slimes. Yeah, I don't think I've touched the permissions for it in, like, literally years, so it's like, it's not at all fresh in my head. Rip slimes, though. All I read as I'm going up through the chat is Hoopweet the Genocider. Yeah, I feel like I'm nearing the end of the PSO journey for me, because honestly, once I get certain items, like, there's not really much I would hunt for. Because I'm already kind of at that point where if I do hit, like, all of those values, like, I get the high hit percent, I'm not going to keep playing after that point. Because I'll just say, like, hey, I got what I wanted finally. I can retire. So I'm not in a rush to do the runs that I want to run, necessarily. That's kind of how I view it with the level 200 character. Like, when I get one, I'm like, I don't want to play with them when they're at max level. Because then it's like, there's nothing to do on the character other than just RNG drops. Where at least I can say, like, if I get bad drops, I'm like, oh, I'm getting XP. But I can't say that anymore with those characters. Unfortunate. You know what? I'll double confuse trap them. Why not? Shouldn't have moved. I thought I was done. I was not. Enjoy the fire trap, jerk. Nice kill. Nice little confused trap there. Poor Sinnoh. Power materials is okay, I guess. Go easily pick up that power material. Four enemies. Guess I could try canceling the damage. Just seeing how hard that is. Well, that's kind of annoying. I have to change buttons that I use for that menu. Because it does not want to cancel quickly on my menu. It's unfortunate. It would be like... Ooh, yeah, I gotta practice that. I gotta feel the timing. So I think that button works a little better for me. Because I have a couple of different ways I can menu on the controller. But yeah, I need to practice that off stream. Because it'll be like attack, and then before it hits, I gotta hit the other thing, and then rapid cancel. I'm like, something I don't want to think about right now. But good to know. I'm just gonna go to like normal forest. And just practice over and over until I get the timing. Yeah, see? That's too fast. But it's funny I can menu in between my attacks. Purple up. What's on drop? Nice. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go back to the zigzag, honestly. I don't have to worry about... In single player, I just want to do the single line, but I think with multiplayer, if the enemy randomly goes left instead of straight, it messes me up. Due to, like, how close another player is to me. I'd rather just not think about that at all. How much do I know about PSO lore? I think I have been asked that question before. I don't remember if it was you who specifically asked me before, but the answer is like 0. I know almost nothing about PSO. I have barely completed the story mode for episode 1 and episode 4, and I've never completed the story mode in episode 2, and I've not done all the side stories. And definitely nothing about episode 3. I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you what the plot of the game is. Like, technically, I know more about the story of, like, PSO 2, sadly, but it's not... I'm not gonna call myself a lore aficionado, and I always forget character names. So it's like, it's not super useful info. Generally speaking, I don't care. It's the easiest way to explain it. I don't play this game for the story. I play it for multiplayer and chat interaction. But some people care. I'm just not one of them. It's kind of like if you give me a game like Skyrim, and it's like, oh, look at all these books you can read. And I'm like, I open the book and I'm like, oh, I didn't get a skill point. Don't care, close. Just like immediately. I don't get pulled into that stuff. I like experiencing the story. Like, if you're a named character, that's why I like RPGs. But, like, for open world kind of games, not so much. Just don't care. Create your own character, I play for gameplay. Yeah. It's like when I'm an established character in the universe, it's like one thing, but if I'm just like Joe Generic Hunter, like, that's whatever I make it. I mean, technically, according to the lore of my particular gameplay, we just keep training on falls for like literally hundreds of hours to be able to solo falls and then never fight falls normally. That's our game stream lore. I panicked. I forgot how much set damage that was. I wouldn't have bothered otherwise. Oh, that's a jerk move. I'm gonna heal. It's probably gonna target me again. Yeah. I mean, I had a 66% chance of dodging, but just not moving, so I'd rather take it. Like, I could technically juke it, but if I go left, I could still technically get tagged by the one that it was aiming at, or that if I was the one being aimed at, and I would also get hit by the one in the middle. So I decided just to mitigate damage by just standing on the side. But if I make sure to position a little better in between, I might be able to bait it into a more favorable dodge pattern. Yeah, single player dodge is way easier than multiplayer. Multiplayer, I have to think about where players are relative to me. It's worth making the dodge attempt. Usually the answer is no. Unless it's like... Unless we're all happen to be clubbed together, then it's worth it. Bucka seals the artillery cache, you can take a hit or two. I mean... Rawcast is tankier than... Well... Rawcast is more HP. Her defense is irrelevant, sadly, most of the time. It's like these bosses are like, hey, we're just gonna do elemental damage and set damage. Oh, it's like, oh, you have high defense on Rocket Seal? Just don't care. Yeah, Rawcast is like, yeah, I'm just not killable in general. Unless you get too much health, then you die, because PSO logic says that if you have high HP, you just perish. It's kind of like every character versus Barans. You go from you get annoyed by Barans to you get deleted by Barans over time instead of the inverse. Game doesn't make a lot of sense sometimes. Okay. I think I'm up for one more, and then I'm gonna go get rest. Yeah, defense just sadly doesn't matter. Only HP matters, and even then, if you get too much, you die. PSO logic. Okay. Final TTF of the day. I don't think I usually TTF off stream anymore. I used to. Last year I used to do that a lot. I did like some public games, some private. But honestly, this year I don't think I have. So yep, final run. I got to like 3 hours, 30 minutes. That's not bad. Yeah, no 4 p.m. games today, for sure. Not like the other week. Just out of curiosity, if I remove Heavenly Power, how far off is her ATP? Only 5? Ooh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, she's leveled so much I can finally get rid of this? Ooh. Sooner or later, we'll be spamming TTFs, yeah. That's fun. I actually get to put away a Heavenly Power. If I had a Centurion, I could have freed up the slot altogether. Oh no, I am using a Centurion, never mind. Then I will... Or why not? Just because. We'll put on a Heavenly ability. Well, good luck with the rest of the chores of the day. There we go. Oops, all yellow. We did it. I could have done that like 2 levels ago, apparently. But there we go, chat. We are officially maxed on everything. There's nothing more to raise with our stats. And then in 2 levels, I don't even need the ATP at all either, which is kind of silly. Let's see what chat said in game. Oh, you wanted better weapons for spamming TTF. Okay, that's what I missed. It's okay. We'll work out a deal with HellCleave. I'll be like, HellCleave, if you just give me items, we'll just give you weapon spheres. It'll be fine. So yeah, it's nice to hit max stats finally on this character. If I had checked Heavenly Power earlier, I could have removed that probably about 3 levels ago and been fine. So I don't think I have any spare Centurions, but everything else is there. Yeah, I will say we're defense. If you think it works, it's good enough for you. Yeah. So if HellCleave ever needs it to just power farm, I'll be like HellCleave. There are literally 2 weapon spheres I've had since like 2020, just 2020, not even 2021. I have never used them. They've sat there forever. But I think I want to get my own challenge weapon mode. I want to try challenge mode once. Should sphere that LS now. Yeah, I just feel very indecisive with it, so I just never use it. I'm like, I got a 30-hit Excalibur, it could go on Baran's launchers. Technically could put it on Last Swan, because I do enjoy that gun. Spin in circles. I don't really want to... I don't have Heaven Striker, I think, good enough to use it on. It's even as like a backup boss item. It's not like a, oh, like I got a 50-hit Heaven Striker with like 60 Dark already. Or something like that. That way I could just absolutely delete falls on other characters as an easy backup weapon. And my Shiminikovs are okay. Yeah, at some point I probably want a Heaven Striker with hit. But we have pretty much all of the event to try to get one of those. Rip that enemy though. So yeah, bringing up a Heavenly Power is nice, because Heavenly Ability is just kind of one of those filler units for me. Like, it'll always be somewhat useful at high level, and then after actually hitting max level, it's useless. But sometimes I just want to minimize how many units I'm using. So if I had another Centurion, I could save myself some stats, I think. Only 5. So if I manage to get 2 levels with her, then I won't technically need the Heavenly, because I don't super care about my defense and evade. But it's nice to be able to at least max the stats while also getting a little bit of ATP. Just like, why not? Yes, this character already has the red ring. They got their V101s. They're pretty much a completed character. What class am I playing? I'm playing Rocket Seal, which is funny because I end up wielding a melee weapon like more often than not as the Ranger, but I promise you I'm a Ranger. Like, listen, sometimes the allure of Excalibur is too good. Uh-oh, this boss is not dying. Ooh, The boss almost didn't die on that. That was scary. The damage cycle was not strong. Thank you, Excalibur. Oh, nice level up. I should probably heal. I like that it felt like I was out of range of that enemy when the frozen trap got shot, and then I'm like, oh wait, frozen trap is just busted sometimes. So it's the freeze trap. How long does it get to level 200? I don't know. I've never tried getting to it. Honestly, if you wanted to rush it, I would say under 200 hours. If all you did was like mindless TTF grind, you could probably get it under that. By like a lot. But I've never actually sat down and tried doing math, so I'm not willing to put a number on it. Especially, because then you also have to think, like, are you abusing XP events? Like, are you only playing during XP ups? So, like, a lot of that is just really when you decide to do the farm. Because I do a lot of stuff that doesn't involve XP up, where I do runs where XP is not the focus kind of deals. Put another freeze trap in the room for the chat. But otherwise, it's kind of like, I'm not excited to hit 200 most of the time, so I've always avoided it. So I think with my Faux Newman, where I did all sorts of quests, it was, I think it was like 211-ish, and that was not optimal quest run at all, like not even remotely close. Like, he played episode 4 a lot, don't get me wrong, which is good for him, but it's not like I only spammed high XP quests with him either. So he's definitely gone into things like TTF, and which is good XP, but he's also done episode 2, which is not good XP. I'm gonna believe in chat to deal with that one switch. Yeah, so I cleared the way. Back to spread needle we go. Yeah, I think the more important rush is how fast can you get to 80? I think that's probably the most relevant level rush. Can you see how many hours your character has? Yes. When you go to choose your character initially, it has the hours. So like, I can humor you and show the Faux Newman, who's done, as I said before, a lot of nonsense to purposely not level. And even then, he's like still almost leveled. Like, compare that to some of the characters where all I do is like hyper aggressive XP. Like, I have characters that are level 80 at less than 5 hours still. Some were even 3 hours to get to level 80, for example. So it really just depends on, like, how geared are you? Are you being carried? Fresh versus, like, other bonuses. And even then, also what class you're doing it with. Like, Faux Newman levels so fast, it's disgusting. Maybe one day we'll be able to compare that against the CCC Hell Needle level up. Maybe one day. Just money, whatever. So yeah, once we're done with this run, we'll... Oh, HellCleave getting another photon drop. HellCleave has locked in that RNG. Like, listen, I deserve that PD. Rip these enemies. All I ever get, oh, poor HellCleave. Ooh, I messed it up that time. That's fine though. Yeah, that's what I get for messing it up. Slightly too slow for that enemy. But the backup strat is still powerful. Yeah, this is where, like, oh, man, if I just had hit percentage on the Heaven Striker, I could just normal special, or even power special. But sadly, I just don't have one. Because it does make a difference. I am definitely losing damage on boss because I don't have it. So this character is still very far from optimal, even excluding things like weapon spheres. Just, I'm missing some really basic items. I do have, like, the D parts and Red Ring, and my units are pretty good. But it's, like, everything else, kind of shaky. So there's still a lot of room for character growth, even on characters that have done TTF, like, a million times. So yeah, I'm thinking thought process. I'll check the PSO command. Actually, can somebody check the PSO if you do exclamation mark PSO? Just want to make sure if it was the bot being weird or not, because it wasn't working earlier. But that command technically exists. I did follow my notes pre-stream, surprisingly. But yeah, because that'll give people the link to the Ephinea PSO, our Discord, their Discord. So that way people ask to join. We did do that as a shortcut. Thank you for testing. Looks like it's still not working, sadly. I'll have to see why it's not, because it's definitely enabled. Weird. I'm going to dodge towards the center to give myself room to actually dodge. I could sacrifice special here, but I don't think it's worth. No, I wouldn't have killed. Yeah, so this is where we dodge backwards to reduce damage. Where we walk forwards, where we revive a teammate. Okay, here it might be worth sacrifice specialing. Yeah. That's a shame. So yeah, I'll look into that separately. I'll be spamming PSO and Ephinea because I have it so if you do either. So people don't know what the command is, they could just kind of guess, because that was definitely the intent of it. But neither worked for some reason. RIP. Yeah, I don't even see like an error from the bot, so. The only thing I can think of is maybe I confused it. Maybe there's another command that is using PSO that I forgot about. See what I do from there. I was gonna heal myself, but that's fine. We'll just take that damage. Try not to burst damage. Unless I think it's at 1,000, then I'll burst with sacrifice. Dodging time. Although, honestly, I think with my EDK, I don't even need to dodge. Maybe I do. I think 26, technically, I think it could still kill me. Is it 30 for falls? Just chat remember offhand. It's not a high number, I'll put it that way. It's not like your 68 and 72s or 100s from your lilies versus sorcerers. It's much lower. So I think it's 30 for the apes. I don't remember if it's the same for falls. So there we go. A final run. Oh, we didn't end at 1337, so sorry. No more red rings, apparently. We gotta slow it down, chat. GG. I'll do some box checks, but I'm not expecting anything there either, sadly. I will say, I'm really happy that I can filter item drops. That's something I didn't really use last year, and then this year I'm like, oh, I love not seeing garbage items on my screen. Like, if I really care about it, I'll turn it on for like like a box run, I'll remove my filters so I can see which ones are armors potentially, but casual playthrough or even stream playthrough, I'm like, please, let me never see those 0-hit items ever again. So yeah, I'm mostly happy with the layout of things. 40 hit demon, yeah. See, like, I have it set up so that if it is 40 hit unidentified, I'll still see it. I just won't see if it's like 30 hit unidentified for the most part. I'll still check it if it's like, as I said before, I turned it off in box runs, but casual gameplay, I'm like, I don't really want 40 hit identified at this point. I don't need those. I'll still see those where it's like 40 hit no special, then it makes me sad. I'm like, what could have been? It could have been so beautiful. So anyway, let's chat a little bit. So from the standpoint of PSO, hopefully we'll get news as to when things will be up and running, I think, for the Christmas event. I see people ask the admin every day, but also kind of counterpoint to them. When it's not consistent, people are going to ask. So people are always going to ask. So I definitely understand why people ask, and I don't blame them for asking. But yeah, TBD when it'll come out. A lot of people were thinking this weekend, because it would technically line up with what it was before, but, you know, we're at like 151 today. I mean, technically, they could do it at 6 or something. They wanted to. They used to say every time you ask to go back a day, pretty much. So, yeah, I'm definitely never going to ping them for it. And for me, I'm like, I have a vague idea of when it's going to start. But I think that's also kind of the downside with those things where, you know, I would have planned, for example, to do a lot of Christmas event stuff today. And if that had been my plan last week, then obviously, like, the Christmas event didn't start yet. So it's like, what can you do? Yeah, so I'm going to add to my notes of things I need to do. We're going to show PSO command still not working for some reason. Then we have role permissions in the server. Oh, and then somebody was asking me for hours on character. Whoops. Let's actually go back to PSO briefly. See, I wrote it down and then I forgot, because when I get focused on something, I'm like, oh yeah. See, I'm ready to end the stream. I'm like, hold on, let's just at least showcase the other characters. So I'll see, for example, my higher level characters. They're pretty much all in C-Bank 2. So conveniently, I should be able to see every other character to give an idea of like how leveled they are compared to the others. Oh, you okay there, YouTube? You played like a note and then fell asleep. There we go. Yeah, like this character has like almost 300 hours, but she does nothing but like suboptimal runs. Then like comparatively, 216 is my orange ID, then 192 is 194, and then for 277 it's 199. And again, this character purposely did a lot of runs to not level. So even with me not doing XP week every time it's up, even with me playing with this character around the clock, I'm still gonna hit it sub 300. This character is like a little closer to optimal. I still did some runs with him where he wasn't the best. So I'm thinking somewhere, as I said before, probably like the 200, maybe 250 range, depending on how you use the character. And then even lower. Because then if you compare it for, well, actually, let me make a game. Then if you compare it to characters that like only played during like XP week, then it's like so much lower of a number. So it all really just depends on when you start playing the character. In particular, if you played with them during Anniversary event, where Anniversary ended up cutting out a lot of hours for the character. We just briefly hop into this character. And that doesn't also consider things like HellCleave mentioned before. Like this character did some mag raising, my Fomar did mag raising. So there's a lot of hours on there that are not even anything XP related. But then, like, you compare it to things like the newer characters, the quote-unquote new generation of forces that I have, their number of hours to reach 80 is so much lower than almost everything before them by a wide margin. Like, even, for example, Static Thick, where even he was not used that much, he's so much closer to where he needs to be at only 11 hours compared to the other characters. Or like Mr. Freeze has been doing nothing but leveling people on very hard. Like, he's done maybe 2 runs on Ultimate. No joke. Whatever chat saw him do in respect of tomorrow, that is pretty much the only time he has ever been used in Ultimate. And he's still like 166. So it really just depends on what you use them for. Like Waluigi's level 128 in 17 hours. So it's like, it all really depends. It depends on what you do with them. But I just want to show that disparity where like you pick a character where they are so hyper-focused on a run. Like, for example, this character, hyper-focus, is going to be the cookie run. So where we're ready for cookies, I'm bringing in the Purple Force, and he's going to be absorbing that, like, 300% XP monstrosity that is caves, as an example. Actually, chat, I just want to verify one thing before we go further. I'm not going to play another game, but I want to check something, because now that I tested Anguish, I want to see how it interacts. I want to officially get this on stream. So let's say I write utter gibberish. What if I put it on Anguish 4? So 220% XP. So I should be able to notice these numbers. They're kind of weird numbers. So if I then do the cookie quest as an example, let's just take a look together. Oh, it stacks. Oh, that still stacks? Chat, uh-oh. Uh-oh, chat. Uh-oh. Well, we're gonna be doing some Anguish cookies, by the way. Oops. Yeah. Don't, like, we're not using, yeah. See, 159% rare, 420% XP. Look at that crazy XP. I don't think we'll do Anguish 4 necessarily, unless the team is really feeling up to it. But I don't see a reason to not put it on at least Anguish 1, no matter what we do. Because this is free drop rate, free rare rate, right? And XP. Nobody's gonna say no more to more XP. And it's not like we care about the time the run takes. We want that run to be the best possible. So... wait something, chat. 150 drop. The rare rate is impacted by this. So technically we could improve the runs. So just be aware, we will probably be doing Anguish cookies. So people were complaining before that Anguish is not worth running. I'm gonna say, now we can point to Cookie Quest. If all you want is those runs to be worth more, the number of runs does not matter. You have X runs, that's it. So we'll talk about it, I think, more when we get into it next week, potentially. But yeah, expect us to pump up that Anguish for sure. Like, we're never going to be doing Anguish 10 for it, but as I said before, depending on the area, I mean, if we're doing, like, caves, probably at least Anguish 2, no matter what. Other areas, maybe Anguish 1, we'll see. And then that XP should be, like, phenomenal and completely out of this world. So we already saw it was at a 420% bonus. I'm sure we'll start seeing some nonsense like 300 XP a second or more when we stack up just a tiny bit of Anguish on it. Because I think Anguish is actually good for XP, not necessarily for speed of clear. So in an event where we have limited number of runs and the XP is already good, should be kind of interesting. So anyway, that's what I wanted to verify. Otherwise, chat, I don't think I have anything more to add. So we're going to go ahead and pause the music for now for Dungeons of Dreadmore. Which I think turned out to be a decent soundtrack. But we're going to go ahead and say goodbye to YouTube. So if you are watching to this point in the video or the VOD, I'd just like to say thank you again for watching. Hope to see you again in the next part.